like they're going to be okay here. Anubrak diving in. Is there going to be any re-engage? It doesn't look like it. And
the bug will not get splattered this time, as well. Food for Frobius are somehow position, and Greymane going to be going straight into the cocoon.
Welcome
Croissant.
Bienvenue.
to the Legendary Cup Grand Final of Heroes Lounge Season 13. We have quite the series coming up right now. Food for Frobius against Out of Position Squad, but I am not here alone. I am still here with Aviator and Deadly Kitten to my right. How are you doing, gentlemen?
I think we're very good. We've just had a brilliant semi-final from Out of Position Squad. A fantastic display of skill from them, utilizing two different kind of compositions as well, showing their flexibility. TK, what did you think of it?
I absolutely loved both semifinals actually here. Food for Frobius going to a 30-minute game, and it was so close, but they were able to pull through towards the grand final. And then the one we just casted, you and I, Aviator, between Out of Position Squad and Curse. So Out of Position Squad, phenomenal performance from them.
But let's not forget, Transparent, this is going to be a little bit of a grudge match for Food for Frobius. Out of Position Squad are only one of two teams to beat them in the regular season.
Yeah, it absolutely is going to be super tough for both teams, really. And it's not just the best of 3 this time. This is a best of 5 here in the Legendary Cup Grand Finals. Yes, unlike the rest of the season, these teams have so much opportunity to come back. You have to win 3 games to be able to lift that Legendary Cup high above your head, made of the finest Heroes Lounge plastic we can offer you. Yep, we have some beautiful trophies that may be won by one of these teams today. But of course, this is not just the only thing happening this weekend. We do have our Mythic Championship as well tomorrow at 1300 CET if you want to tune in for that. But right now, of course, Grand Finals. And we have some map picks and map bans starting soon, which we will fill you in. But what maps do you think are going to be banned out, Aviator?
So if you're playing against Food for Frobius, you've got to know Dragonshire and Cursed Hollow are their 2 strongest maps. They look exceptional at those 2. I think they just look very strong on Dragonshire. They utilize Falstad, and people think, oh, just ban the Falstad, and they're nothing. And they just pull out some different stuff. You've always got to ban the Medivh as well. That's always a factor in this, unless you play it yourself. But they know how to play into it. So I think draft is going to be huge in these comps. But I think Dragonshire and Cursed Hollow are the 2 biggest maps for them. What do you think, though, TK?
Yeah, I definitely agree. Dragonshire, Curse Hollow for Food for Frobius is so good. Their macro is insanely good from their shock color physique. And
you mean Frobius? Sorry.
Frobius, yes, Frobius, definitely. And that's where the team name also comes from.
And also for Out of Position Squad, they've played Tomb of the Spider Queen 5 times in the regular season, and they've won it 100% of the time. And we just saw them dominate on Tomb of the Spider Queen. They like Alterac as their most picked map themselves, picked up 6 times with a 66% win rate as well. So they're not afraid of the macro maps either. They're not afraid of rotating and actually soaking their lanes. Shout out JSBB. And we'll have to see how they can fare off against these 2 teams. What are your thoughts, though, Transparent?
Yeah, you mentioned earlier, obviously this is a grudge match. So as I sort of said earlier, the first game of the season was between Food for Frobius and Out of Position Squad, and that went to game number 3 with Dragonshire, Infernal Shrines, and Alterac Pass being played. And I think, we've seen that Dragonshire has already been being banned out by Out of Position Squad, so it's not something they want to pick up. As with the coin toss, it was Food for Frobius to get the map pick, so they'll be getting something a little bit more comfortable for them to be able to get the draft that they want, being second pick. But it leads just, there's so much tension on the line. These 2 teams, obviously, we know that Food for Frobius have been sort of super hyped and sort of super powerful coming through their really tense semi-finals. So they got a little bit of a break, whereas I think Out of Position Squad, they did really well in their semi, but of course they've only had this 15-minute break now to be able to recover and bring their best in the grand final.
And that's what I like about this. I think I like what Food for Phobius have done. Sometimes it's about playing a little bit of mind games as well. And even if you're ready to play, you've watched their series, right? And you just think, actually, we're going to make them wait to play now because you know they're going to be eager to play their next game after playing so well. So just making them wait 15 minutes, just, plays a little bit of psychology in here as well. And also, this is a best of 5, by the way, guys. The regular cup games have been best of 3. This is now a best of 5 grand final. There's no winners bracket, map bonus or anything like that. But yeah, I'm hyped for it. I don't know about you guys, but this is going to be a great final.
Definitely very hyped for this. And Aviator, you were right. Both Curse Hollow and Dragonshire were banned.
It's almost like if you cast the teams throughout the season, you end up learning exactly what they want
weird,
to play.
Right?
Yeah, what a strange pick. And Photophobia with the map pick here, and they're going to take us to Tomb of the Spider Queen, which I love because this says we just watched you play on Tomb of the Spider Queen, and we're not afraid of you. We're going to take it to your map.
Psychology again, Aviator. It's going to play a big role.
Yeah, of course, both teams will be prioritizing that wave clear. And will Gul'dan get let through this time? They've just seen it being used so well in both maps by out of position squad that Food for Phobius have to sort of have a whiff of the fell magic coming into their noses and thinking, hang on, we don't want any of this today. No, thank you. So we'll be expecting that being banned out, and the May, as well as, obviously, against the side of Food for Phobius, the Medivh and possibly something else, like a Falstad, will be the focus, I'm sure, for out of position squad. But we also mentioned that they played in, of course, the Nexus Rumble, which is every Sunday at 19:30 CET.
When's that starting back up again, Transparent? Do you know?
On the 13th of December, so next week, because of course we do have our fantastic Mythic Championship tomorrow. But yeah, don't miss the Nexus Rumble next week. But we'll have a little bit of a Christmas surprise, perhaps for you, with some of our moderators might be joining in a little for the Nexus Rumble fun. But we'll be sort of setting up our game here. We're getting into Tomb of the Spider Queen. That Gul'dan is sort of warming up. If maybe that is going to be let through, I'm not really sure what else could be happening with the draft in this game.
Yeah, I mean, it's like a throwback to like half an hour ago what I said. You want wave clear, you want point control, you want vision to be able to deny those gem turn-ins. So Johanna, Gul'dan, right, Trans?
Yep, Johanna and Gul'dan, great point control, great vision control, great everything control here on Tomb of the Spider Queen. You're absolutely right, DK.
And there's also, I'm sorry, go ahead.
I think tanks are going to matter here as well. Whether I think the tank, some teams you go up against and you think support, and that's exactly what happened against Mold Level Falling and Photophobia. So this game, I think it's going to be more about the tank choking and the tank picks rather than the support mattering here. Because both supports are flexible here, but against Mold Level Falling, both supports play the same heroes, and both players, Sonic and Jam, both absolutely smurf on Anna and Stukov, as we both saw. So I reckon this time around, we're going to see the tanks instead.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I think ETC is just so strong for Sonny. She's like, what is it, 15 out of 17 wins, some ridiculous stat. And Electrix, like also such a good player on that ETC, being able to play make, as you saw in the previous Tomb of the Spider Queen game. So I definitely think you are right, Aviator.
Yeah, Transparent. You've obviously watched these teams and cast them in. You cast Photophobia how many ever weeks in a row in the Nexus Rumble? What do you make of them?
Yeah, I think they're incredibly good, but they will be also super nervous, especially to go against out of position squad, which they have floundered against before in the main season. But of course, they're much more wise, much more experienced going into this game indeed. But the thing with out of position squad, what you could see against Curso is that they almost dissected them in the draft. And I wonder if they're going to have the similar experience going up against Food for Phobias, getting the right bans, getting the right first picks to deny the enemy team. I think that just extra homework that they'll have done will really put them in the advantage in the draft.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. I think, and both teams know each other. They've obviously seen each other. They've been aware of what they're playing and stuff. So, I just can't wait for this game to start at this point. I just want it to start, and let's get into it so we can start this off.
Yes, the grand finals of our Legendary Cup EU Season 13 of Heroes Lounge is about to start. On Tomb of the Spider Queen, which team will be the ones to take it away? Yep, a best of 5 is what these teams have to battle through to be able to be the ones to claim that they will lift up the highest quality plastic trophy that Heroes Lounge can procure for them. It's going to be starting incredibly soon. On Tomb of the Spider Queen.
There's always a build-up with Heroes of the Storm. When you push that start game, you've just got to wait that couple of minutes here. But it looks like we're about to get into the draft of game number 1. The grand final, best of 5, potentially 5 games to play here for these two teams. We've been playing all day.
Yeah, they played all day. It's a marathon, not a sprint, especially on playoff day. And I hope everybody's been keeping hydrated and well fed, as that's important for people watching as well. So if you are drinking, drink responsibly and drink lots of water as we go into Tomb of the Spider Queen, game number 1 of our grand final Legendary Cup.
Tomb of the Spider Queen. Wave clear, wave clear, wave clear. We've seen the Gul'dan in the last game. We saw the Gul'dan against Frobius from mold level falling.
And
But
there it is. Medivh banned out instantly against Fizzy. It makes sense. And
there's the
May
May.
counters.
Yeah, we absolutely mentioned the May, from Electrics. It's panned out 20 times in the regular season. And actually, the May caused them difficulty in their regular series, and that's exactly why they ban it out here.
Yeah, definitely. And you know what's going to happen here? I think ETC might be a priority pick for out of position squad, as they ban out Rexar as well.
Yeah, I really like that Rexar ban, actually. Has been really... In the Nexus Rumble, I hate to mention it again, but you watch him when they played Tomb of the Spider Queen in the past, he consistently ganks that mid lane every time they get a kill with the Misha stun. He's just phenomenally map aware and making sure that he can catch someone out with Misha's charging forward. But we see the supports now being banned out, as Anna was the chosen healer of choice to ban against out of position squad.
So
And I would like to add to that, Transparent, Fizzy has been playing Rexar today as well in the 4-man, quite successfully as well.
Yeah, it's something definitely to watch out for. Aviator, you were about to mention perhaps what out of
this
position
is going
squad.
to... Yeah, this could not be if they pick ETC, Johanna and ETC are going to be the tanks here in this rotation, right? But they're going to focus to Gul'dan. So either team is going to get ETC, and the other team is going to get Johanna here.
What do you think is best into Gul'dan?
Personally, I think Blessed Shield. I think point and click CC on a Gul'dan.
And Food for Frobius agrees. They take the Johanna away. And this is what they're going to do. They're going to have the Blessed Shield into a Stukov route and silence. And, if out of position squad pick ETC now, which they don't, he could get blown up instantly. But they take the Varian again, which they had a lot of success with in the semifinal.
But the good thing is here for Food for Frobius, they took away the Stukov. Transparent. They took away the Stukov here. So they obviously watched that game and said, look, we can't give them Varian and the Stukov. Let's take one away.
Yeah, but they've gone for the Malfurion. Now, this could mean that maybe there's some spicy DPS pick coming up. I would love to see a Tracer maybe being thought about for out of position squad. It's not really being played today, but it could be potential, especially with that sort of combination of heroes. But we see Reyna being banned out instead. We've got consistent damage being removed here by Food for Frobius.
Just
that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Altinox did so well on the Braxis holdout match with that Rainer, doing every single camp and just put so much map pressure on them that it just spiraled out of control.
I completely agree. Guys, while the draft's going on, there is a bet as well. Exclamation mark points. As many points you've got. Exclamation bet A, a number of points. The team on the left-hand side in blue, Future Phobius. Exclamation bet B, a number of points. The team on the right-hand side, out of position squad. There was time to wait until the draft as well, and you'll see it on the main screen as well at the end. But just to let you know, that is going on now. Falstad, target banning the Fizzy, Transparent.
Yeah, I think that's a really wise idea. Even here on Tomb of the Spider Queen, where most people would value the global heroes a little bit less, Fizzy on that Falstad is phenomenal. He gets those wind tunnels at level 20 that just win games almost as good as an ETC mosh pit. So well done to Out of Position Squad, recognizing that here in the second ban phase. If you are joining us, this is the Legendary Cup of Heroes Lounge Season 13. Yes, our grand final between two phenomenal teams made of Diamonds and Masters from Divisions 2 here of Heroes Lounge. They have battled for 15 weeks, and here we have a double support composition coming out from Out of Position Squads. What have you got to make of this, Deadly Kitten?
Double supports? I mean, the Gul'dan will put out enough damage once the quest is done, and the kill pressure is going to mount up with the stun lock they have, with the taunt, the root. They have the Uther stun, the Horrify. It's going to be really hard for Food for Frobius to deal with that, but we see a Chromie to round out the draft. Now, I really like this because the Vision is a talent at level 1 you can take, which reveals an area on the map. As my cat falls, Aviator, take over, please.
So I think this double support is great. They've hit it with the Gul'dan. The Gul'dan's got the wave clear to rotate through, which you lack in a double support composition. This isn't like a Valor double support hyper carry. You know, it's a Mage double support hyper carry, but I think it'll work for them. But on the other side, the Chromie pickup here, I really like it. The Chromie's going to feel really safe and protected, unless this is going to be an Sonya leaping on her head, perhaps.
Yeah, you do have to be careful. Of course, Stukov, with a lack of mobility, could be the focus for Sonya, especially with perhaps a Divine Shield coming in. But it might be the Divine Storm just to get that additional lockdown coming out for Varian. Yes, you heard it earlier from Aviator. You've got 1 minute left now to put your bets in. So !bet A if you think Food for Frobius are going to take game number 1 here of our Legendary Cup Grand Final, or !bet B and then the number of points if you think Out of Position Squad are going to be the ones to take it home in this Grand Final Best of 5 series on Tomb of the Spider Queen. Both teams have incredible compositions and are looking really, really hot, as they have done all day today. And this match of skill is surely going to be something to watch out for. It's going to be a good one. Aviator, I'm just super hyped.
Yeah, I want to get into this. The loading screen is teasing me. Everyone's paused at the same amount of time. But transparent, it looks like we're about to go into game number 1 of this best of 5 grand final. And we'll catch up with you after the game. On the left-hand side, for Food for Frobius here in blue, we have Jam on the Stukov, Johanna played by Sonny, Chromie played by Sidonian, Faziv on the Greymane, and Hat, Licky Licky on his Dahaka.
And on the right side, Out of Position squads, we have Der Kaiser on the Sonya, again Murmur back on the Gul'dan, Artanis on Mafir and Altinox playing that second support, Uther, and Electrix on that Varian.
Game 1, guys. Here we are. Best of 5 Legendary Cup. It all comes down to this for Division 2 and 3. 10 weeks of the regular season comes to the ultimate conclusion here. Level 1 talents are in, and we see Lions Moor coming out from Varian. So obviously it's going to be a taunt Varian. We're not going to see any sort of C-smash shenanigans here at this level, right? But what would you prefer, the over, the protect or whatever it is, the overpower? I can't think what it's called.
I have no clue either, but I usually go for this Q talent as well. I think it is very good. It gives Varian the extra necessary engage / crowd control he needs. So I'm a really big fan of this talent, actually.
Yeah, now they were waiting to try and gank in the bottom lane there, Sonny and Greymane, but they were Sonny and Greymane, the Stukov and Greymane, but in the top lane, Sonny gets caught out and gets taken down. First blood going over to Out of Position squad here.
Yeah, they collapse on the Johanna, who doesn't have her iron skin, and that's first blood from Out of Position squad, keeping the momentum they had in the previous Tomb of the Spider Queen game.
Yeah, Dahaka, they're able to catch the mid soak, and we'll go back to bot to make sure he catches the soak. So Sonya having a slight advantage, will pay in her 6 gems for her as well. And there's that vision talent from Chromie that you mentioned as well, DK. Just providing that, knowing exactly where your opponents are is very, very important.
It is very useful if they're trying to sneak a boss or something like that. Then you can just check that out. And now there's an evade going down onto the hard camp, but they're slightly too late. Good call though, but
yeah, I I love the play from Future Frobius. They do this quite often on different maps. You know, they often pick the hacker Falsub at Fiziv, who used to roll away and does manage to get out of this case. Sonny though has to pop the trait, taking a lot of damage as well. Sonny now goes in on Greymane, spinning on him, but Greymane will be able to walk away to safety here. But so far, the aggression from both teams is real.
Yeah, it definitely is, but the experience lead is in favor of out of position squad, securing that first kill and the hard camp is propelling them a bit forward towards that level 7 and eventually the level 10. Now, Food for Frobius is going to catch up with those waves as the gems are quite equal at this point.
Yeah, but Torn comes down onto Mr. Hacker, the anti-heal on the route as well. He's got 20 gems on himself. He's trying to live, he's trying to get that movement speed, does get the lick as well, but he's not able to recover the gems. That's 20 gems on the deck in the early game here.
Oh, that is not good for Frobius. Losing 20 gems this early is going to set them behind a lot, having to catch a lot more waves to get those extra gems.
Yeah, quick maths tells us that clearing waves equals gems, and now they have to clear more waves to get more gems. But we do see the bottom camp being taken. Uther coming down with a rotation. Uther, not exactly known for his camp clear or wave clear, but will be able to help in the bottom lane here. Malfurion just hovering as well, just to make sure. Tahak obviously is going to scout this out, but Torn goes down in the mid lane. But now the turn is there. Greymane going in, also attacking electrics here on this variant, but they're not able to find it. Cocktail over the wall, just putting out some more damage as well. And now we're just sieging up on this mid lane.
Yeah, they are, and they're getting a lot of damage on this actually, maybe even taking the full front wall. As Uther is rotating now, Sonny gets stunned, gets taunted, but should be able to make it out. And she does.
But this double support comp now able to heal themselves back up to full HP. And now Johanna going to be the focus here. Does dodge out on the top with the Unstoppable here, but Tor's going to come down when she's hit. The root lands, but there's not enough damage to follow up. But meanwhile, Fiziv gets stunned. And unfortunately, we are going to get a pause coming out here.
Yeah, and it's apparently Fiziv having some lag issues there, unfortunately. So we will be there. We will be back in the game hopefully shortly.
Yeah, sometimes these pauses just happen. Sometimes a little bit of a lag on one of the players, and you just have to make sure that everyone's okay. Just keep calm, keep cool. Out of position squad, they'll be thinking, right, we're in control. We're in the driver's seat right now, and we know exactly what we want to do executing this composition. So far in the game, it's been so hot and spicy. Please, if you're in the chat right now and support one of these teams, put your cheers in the chat. Give them the morale they might need to take it home here in the Legendary Cup Grand Finals on Heroes Lounge. Yes, this is our Grand Finals, best of 5. What are you thinking so far, DK?
I'm thinking that we're ready to go back into the game, actually, Transparent.
And we're back into the game just after that small pause there. Apologies to you guys at home. Obviously, pauses do happen. Technical difficulties. This isn't on a LAN. So, level 7v7, 2 kills to nothing. And great respect there by out of position squad, by the way. Just want to shout them out there. Really nicely shown sportsmanship there. Greymane was the one who DC'd, and they chose not to kill him because he DC'd there in that moment. So well done by them.
Yeah, very, very sportsmanship like. That's. I'll just continue with my next sentence, okay? Both teams are now close to playing. Out of position squad actually already able to get that first turn in for the objective.
Yeah, obviously they did lose 20 gems. Time trap comes out. The pustule from Sugov doesn't quite land. Ultinox does get the stun onto Sonny here. Sonny does get taunted as well. Does have trait available to her though, and will hopefully be able to walk away, but they turn around on Ultinox, and Greymane goes in and gets the kill. And now they're chasing down Artanis on this Malfurion. Fiziv trying to weave in these auto attacks. Changes focus though. Now onto the Varian. Varian does have taunt available in now. Can they turn it? Gul'dan? But no, Gul'dan just throwing out some damage and walking away. Now Frobius have enough gems for the turn in, and they lost 20 gems, remember guys.
Yeah, they definitely did, and with that kill, they're able to create enough space to be able to get their first pain. Uther went Armor of Faith at level 7, not opting into the cleanse, and that means Chromie has Temporal Loop. What do you think of
Yeah.
that?
I like it since Medallion got removed. Thank you, by the way, for that. Best decision. Removing Medallion means that Loop comes back into the game essentially now on Chromie. Before, it was worth to trade it for a 5-minute, right? But now Loop, you can just use it on cooldown. You get a CDR as well, and just put out a lot of damage. And it also just sets up for low. You can put the Stukov Silence down on top of it with no cleanse on the other side. But Uther didn't pick cleanse, as you pointed out.
Yeah, he didn't, but level 10 is now in for out of position squad. We see Twilight Dream, we see the Horrify, Divine Storm, and Wrath of the Berserker following the taunt at level 4. And level 10 is going to be there soon for Food for Frobius, but this defense is going to have to be without. Now the Horrify goes down onto Johanna, the taunt follows, the Twilight Dream as well. Can Johanna make it out? Yes, the Temporal Loop onto Uther is going to go back. The Blessed Shield is there.
The Divine Storm
Divine
turnaround,
Storm.
though. Brilliant Divine Storm from Uther, surviving there with barely any health. And that just gets massive shoved away as well. But, oh, gosh, what a fight.
All of the buttons have been pressed. Every single one. As we see a stun go down onto Johanna, but she has her Iron Skin ready. Altanox is maybe in trouble on that. Uther has the armor, but is going to fall a second time.
Yeah,
And now
gets-
for Frobius actually get their first pain.
Yes, I did call out Food for Frobius getting the first pay in there, but it was, as you say, the red web weavers that came down. I was a little bit confused, to be honest.
Yeah, same.
Why Food for Frobius were defending with their web weavers. Then I realised that obviously it's a different colour. But Electrix goes in on the grey main in the mid lane. Sonny, though, they do need to clear up this camp. Obviously, Chromie doesn't do too much damage with the spell armor here in the mid lane.
No, she does not, but it seems like they're posturing to push that mid fort down, and that's usually what you want. You want to take that mid fort down to deny the enemy safe rotations, so you have more space on the map. And
More
the fountain
space.
is now falling indeed.
Yeah, the thing about Tomb of the Spider Queen, it's one of the few maps where you can push any lane and get and you know each lane does different things. But we do see a gauge coming down onto Johanna here. All the ultimates being used, the fear and the silence, and she gets taken down. Johanna is not able to move or control her hero, but the silence comes down. Pulling them back into the silence, and Uther goes down. But the thing about Uther, he does have trait value and will be able to heal up his team better than when he's alive, because Uther does no healing essentially when he's alive. And they turn around on Jam, get the taunt, and Stukov goes down.
Yeah, 2 for 1 for out of position squad here. Hat comes in with the brilliant tongue there, but out of position squad is able to punish Jam for stepping over slightly.
Yeah, that's the thing about this. The thing is, when you kill Uther, his trait just provides so much healing. It's almost, you want to... You can't play Uther and be a KDA player if you're playing Uther in a double support setup, just because you really want to get that healing value, your trait
Just
value.
like Leoric, if you die, you just get trade value, and just say to your team, "Hey, I got trade value. It's worth it," you know.
Yeah, so if you've got an inting teammate on your team and you want to know how to improve them, then pick Tyrael, Leoric, or Uther. But as we focus on this, Red Weavers now being summoned by out of position squad.
Yeah, and in the bottom lane, Sonya and Haka are battling it out, but the Haka does not like this matchup at all. Sonya is just so good with that brute damage, brute force she can provide. And
Yeah,
Hat actually
especially-
has 37 gems.
Yeah, especially when
should
Sonya
be
has got Wrath available, but does pull him into towers, trying to disrupt the Wrath. But top lane, the fort looks like it's going to fall. The red team are trying to chase down Greymane, but not able to catch him here. Mid fort, though, being defended.
Yeah, and that top lane is where the boss is, right? It's definitely one of the priority lanes on this map. Obviously, time would go down onto Sonya. She gets Blessed Shielded. Dahaka is there from behind. The Twilight Dream is really big, and so is the Divine Storm. Johanna just gets deleted. Jam on the Stukov is next, but Chromie gets the combo into Malfurion, and it's a 1-for-1 after all of this.
1 for 1, but Hat's looking there. He wants to get the Sonya here. Sonya goes back in at 400 HP, and Greymane jumps on her and takes her down. This is now a 4v3. The silence, the root comes down from Stukov and take down Uther as well. Now they're chasing down Electrix here. He's got 17 gems as well. They're losing all their gems here out of position squad. It could be a disaster. The tongue doesn't quite land, but Greymane manages to jump in and they get the kill.
They do,
That's
and
a
that's so
four
many gems
for one
down.
trade.
4 for 1 trade indeed. And there's enough gems now for Food for Frobius to be able to get their second turn in. And they're going to try to push the enemy structures down real hard this time.
Yeah, they'll have to try and siege up here, get their advantage while there's still death timers on the other side. Varian spawning in 10 seconds. And this is the thing, Gul'dan is their only wave clear, essentially, on the other side.
Yeah, that's definitely true. And we see a Blessed Shield from the fort, actually. It goes down onto Gul'dan. But
I like
it does
that.
not result in a kill.
It's a really nice try there, just throw it out. You see the Gul'dan, so many Johannas hold on to it for so long, they're almost saving it for next game, but Sonny just throws it out there, using the fort to bounce it onto the enemy hero, onto that Gul'dan, but they weren't able to catch it, but really nice try from Future Phobius here. And they do secure the mid fort. Sonya clearing the bot lane out, not losing her fort, but now it looks like there's a rotation down for her.
And they're ganking the Sonya, they want to get her. But she is able to escape through the little corridor at the bottom. And they're still going to secure this fort in the bot.
Yeah. And then Hat in the top lane just digs away. And we see the red team just trying to find him. They're going Hat hunting in the top lane. But Hat 5 steps ahead and burrows down into the bot lane here. And they're going to try and take their hard camp.
Yeah, level 16 is still not quite here for out of position squad. And they take the smallest margin of advantage to be able to steal the enemy bruiser camp away. Such map awareness from Food for Frobius there.
Yeah, and they're 20 gems away from paying themselves. And obviously after winning that team fight, that big team fight where they just kill 4 of the opponents, they're ahead in gems. Out of position squad, only 34 gems themselves. They lost so many gems in that fight.
Yeah, they did. Now, they're only about 15 gems away, Food for Phobius that is, but 20 gems away from the pain is out of position squad. So, oh, actually, we see a start on the bus right here. Hat, Fizz, Gem, everyone is here.
I'm not sure about this call. We are going to see the red team. They are going to be able to scout it out. I think they know. There's the
They are,
moonfire.
and they know. Yes.
There's a damage from Gul'dan coming out of the...
So the movement speed banner actually secured that Gul'dan wasn't hit by that.
Yeah, Horrify being dodged out by the Johanna Unstoppable there, popping it, able to dodge out on the Fear, making sure she's not... Sonny's not going to walk into the enemy front line there and get taken down. But Hat, though, looks to be the focus here. Divine Storm being used as well. And Hat does manage to get the stasis of 4 HP there.
Oh, the Twilight Dream. We see the temporal loop on Malfurion. The root barely misses, but Greymane jumps in to secure the kill. He gets it. Are they going to look for more? Sonya is here now, and Fizziv is not looking very healthy. And he is going to fall, but so is Gul'dan. Chromie putting out so much damage. Sonya is just spinning. Oh, Gem with the shove.
Yeah, the Steel on the side route onto Varian here. The slow come down, the Condemn as well. Can they get the kill? Doesn't look like they're going to be able to use Uther healing. Too strong in this fight, and they're able to heal up. But what a team fight. It looks so good for our position squad. The Frobius just said, we're not done yet in this team fight. You might be taking down our Greymane, but we're going to take down your Malfurion.
Yeah, definitely. And now they're starting their own bruiser camp, which is going to be really good to push up the mid lane, get control over the pain points. That out of position squad now has enough gems to do.
Yeah, pay-in available for out of position squads. Bless Shield comes down there onto the Varian with Temporal Loop as well. There's a Silence Root on top of it here. As we mentioned earlier on, just the combo from them, able to use this loop. But they're not able to find the kill. Varian, obviously, after that silence runs out, does get that protected off, by the way, at level 10.
Yeah, and it's a really good pick from him into that Chromie damage. It's going to deny so much. But now Food for Frobius also have enough gems. Now we see Varian shield shattering.
Throw.
Yes. And Sonny is not in a good spot here. And she is going to fall. We see the D-Storm onto 2. Can out of position go for more? Yes, they do. The shove into the fort. The Fizziv is going to be next to fall.
Jam trying to save her KD, they're trying to run away, but does get rooted and gets taken down by the Gul'dan. Fizziv, though, gets taken down by Uther as well, and it looks like Sidonian might be next. The taunt comes down as well. The loop, is it going to be enough to save him? Doesn't look like it's going to be, as unfortunately, surrounded by 3 out of position squad players. The root comes down again, and he is taken down. That's a 4-for-0 trade for out of position squad here. And
Yeah,
now that's going to be a
and-
pay-in and a boss.
And the boss, you're right, Aviator. Now, out of position squad is executing their comp so well. They're just all following onto the variant taunt with the stun, with the D shield, with the root, and they're able to secure those kills.
Yeah, essentially so far what I've seen is it's just the blow up Johanna kind of composition, right? The variant into Johanna just does really well. The shattering throw ruins your trait, as we mentioned in the last game. And that's just what's happening time and time again. And now this is a Red Web Weaver timed with the boss, going to march down this top lane. Level 20s are in as well. Food Focus will have level 20, those hat in the bot lane, able to pick up experience with that global to hacker here. But can Food for Phobius hold?
Can they hold is the question. There's a full health boss. And then Web Weaver marching onto the top lane right here. And 5 players from out of position. So we see the taunt go down on Sonny. The Horrify is denied by the Iron Skin.
And now the red team look to be low. They're taking a lot of poke from Fiziv with those splash on the Greymane here. Now, they do lose the keep. And the red team is still posturing aggressively here. Sonny does get taunted down. She is going to be taken down, but the Blessed Shield turnaround. And there's the silence from Stukov on top of it. Fiziv, though, is going to get focused with that Divine Shield by Alternax. But it looks like they're able to hold here. And now they turn their attention to defending their core.
Yeah, they're able to defend this onslaught onto their base, but now out of position squad is going to secure the mid fort as well. Maybe even going to look to open up the map more and go for that bottom fort too.
Yeah, they want to open the map and equal the structure damage, but they do have an advantage now being a keep up, obviously, in that top lane. But these team fights are so clutch. Hat goes into the bush, does get taunted down. There's the root on top of it here. Malfurion does have Twilight Dream available and does have the Blink Twilight Dream available to him as well. So if the blue team clump up, then Malfurion could go in with a big Twilight Dream play. Astral Communion at level 20.
Yeah, but now Food for Frobius, after losing their gems in that wipe, they do have enough now. And we see Electrics going on to Sonny. Sonny misses the Blessed Shield, unfortunately. Gets taunted, gets feared, gets Twilight Dreamed. Can she survive? No, she cannot.
No, and Hat looks like he's next as he gets stunned down. Does manage to pop his burrow, but it looks like he's going to take it down. Tries to burrow out to safety, but doesn't get taken out. But Fizz in the backline does take down Malfurion. Alternax looks to be next, though, on the Uther as he's going to be chased down by the Chromie. Fiziv doing work on this Greymane and might even be able to survive
Is he walking out?
If he gets dismounted, he's dead. Oh, he's going to try and do a 1v9. Oh. Unfortunately, Electrix does scout that out and takes down the Greymane.
Unfortunate, Fizz. It was a very good try indeed.
But Uther obviously being taken down, but was at level 20, did go Redemption, so did spawn again, essentially. So Uther can trade his life now, gets his trait value, and spawns again, by the way.
Can get
What a
even
hero.
more trade value then.
What a team player Uther is as a character.
And now, Food for Frobius lost all of their gems. They have 2 in their bank. And now, out of position squad is pushing down this mid lane. There's no Greymane for 20 seconds. The Haka is back up though. Can they secure this keep?
Yeah, they really want to, but Chromie just able to poke away. Obviously, did go Piercing Sands at level 20, level 18 rather for Chromie. No double loop, but obviously Piercing Sands just for that extra poke in the waves as well. But out of position squad will be able to take their knights. They'll be able to, the hard camp. They'll be able to take the bottom easy camp as well. And they're very close to a pay-in. They're 47 out of 65 gems required.
Yeah, all of the lanes are pushed for them though. So it's going to be quite hard for them to be able to capture those additional gems they do need. But now we do see Food for Frobius. They're clearing these bottom siege giants, getting rid of the map pressure. Actually, they're not clearing the giants, apparently.
They're just playing safe at the moment. They want to scout. They want to know exactly what their team is, and they're concerned because the boss is not spawning. It's 50 seconds. I thought our position squad were making a run for it, but look the way they were marching down top lane. But the blue team able to clear out this mid lane here with that camp pressure. Still haven't cleared out the giants in the bot lane, as you mentioned here.
Maybe it is because they want to deny the gems from out of position squad. Maybe this is just a very big brain play from them.
Could well be, but now we're 57 out of 65 gems required. Only 8 gems needed for them. Quick maths. Can Food for Frobius find the engage that they need here? Because essentially, they are the ones that need to make something happen here. They're a keep down. The lanes are pushed in against them. They're the ones that need to be the aggressors, but they do have a pay in themselves.
Yeah, they do, and they are looking for it. Hats with those 16 gems holds most of them indeed, but Electrix is there to deny the pain. Now Hat is speeding. He's speeding. He misses the drag, unfortunately. Electrix engages onto Sonny. Does not quite use taunt yet.
No. Both teams holding on to ults. No team wanting to pull the trigger just yet.
Now Hat is able to get those 17 gems in, and that's a stun onto Sonny and a taunt follow-up. The fear is onto Hat.
The big isolation
shield.
in the backline, though, onto the 2. They land a drag onto Malfurion as well. They're not able to find the kill. Fiziev taking a huge amount of damage from Sonya as she pops her level 20. Ignore pain here. The Twilight Dream comes out as well. Not quite landing, though. Can the blue team hold here?
They're able to all safely get out. But that's Sonya just spinning in the backline, causing so much trouble. It's really big, and now 1 gem off is out of position squad.
Yeah, the Sonya with that ignore pain and nerves of steel, just able to just survive for so long in the backline. Hat on the Dahaka landed a huge contagion isolation onto them, but they are going to pay the gem in, and the red web weavers will be descending upon Food for Frobius here.
And that's going to be hard to defend.
But we do see a pause. Unfortunately, it is looking like we're having some more technical difficulties.
Yeah, we do. It's unfortunate, but now the web weavers are spawning for position squad, and this is looking rough for Food for Frobius. That top tier.
Yeah, transparent. You've been watching this from the sides. What do you make of this game so far?
I mean, everyone in the Twitch chat already knows that I'm just sat here, just hands on my head, basically thinking, series this is. Like, I just can't. Like every team fight is just so close to going one way, and then the other, and then you think, and you think, are they going to hit the core? Are they not? And then are they going to defend? And then Food and Frobius managed to eke it out, just get to another team. And we're just getting to the later stages of this game every time. I just don't know when it's going to happen. I just don't know which team is going to finally break through. And with this web weaver phase, red team really need to think, what do we want with this? Where are we going? And how are we going to end the game? Because if they don't do it with this web weaver phase, it's going to be a long time until they can get another one.
We'll have to find out as it looks like both teams are not ready. Unfortunately, one team was ready, the other one wasn't ready. Neither one isn't ready either. Obviously, this happens all the time. But transparent, you mentioned, everyone's on the edge of their seats, I think, watching this. It's such a clutch. Every single team fight, it's just one small mistake can just decides the whole game at this point. This late game here.
If you're just joining us, this is the Legendary Cup Grand Final of Heroes Lounge Season 13. Yes, this is some amateur Heroes of the Storm where if you want to take part, you can by just doing ! Sign up. And you'll be able to partake in the season that starts just in a month's time. Sign-ups will be closing next weekend on the 13th of December. So do get signed up. Even if you're just one person, we'll assign you with a team. But yeah, these two teams have been battling out for 16 weeks. And they want to become the winners of our Legendary Cup in this best of 5 series on Tomb the Spider Queen. I mean, how are you feeling, DK?
I am stressed out of my mind right now for both teams that are playing right now. I could not handle the pressure. And it looks like teams are ready to go back in to the game.
So it looks like both teams are ready. So we'll catch up with Transparent after the game, as it looks like we're going to head back into this deciding moment potentially for out of position squad here. It looks like they're so close to catching it. So let's get back into the action.
And we're back. The web weavers for the red team are going to drop onto the map right now. And what does out of position squad want? Do they want the keeps?
I think they want the core.
They want the game?
I think they want the core, but the question is, what can they get? Can they get the core, or are they going to have to settle for both keeps here? They're going to turn their attention onto the mid keep. The mid keep's already quite low, but look at the blue team already starting to clear this web weaver, and it's pretty much deleted. The tongue comes down.
The drag goes.
The silence, the loop on top of it, the blessed shield, and Varian is going down. They want more here. They get the slowdown as well. Ultimox looks to be next. The fear comes out though. Can they focus Gul'dan? Gul'dan gets sniped by the Chromium. He gets taken down. Divine Storm comes out, but it's not enough, and Uther looks to be taken down. But he does have redemption, remember. He will be respawning. And the blue team know this. Look at them. They're hunting. They're hunting down.
They want him dead.
They want him dead for all those divine storms. And they get the kill.
What a fight for Food for Frobius. The engaged the 10th poor loop onto Varian. The blast shield hitting all 5 members there. Unbelievable.
You have to wonder, was that a 3-2-3 pause? I mean, Food for Frobius, pause it, discuss tactics, and then decide exactly what to do. Of course, we're only joking on stream, guys. That's not what happened. There's some technical difficulties here. But now, the blue team, they're going to be able to get the boss and a pay-in. And this could potentially be their turn to try and end the game.
Yeah, it can be. We're 24 minutes into the game. The boss is going to start dealing damage to the structures. And the Haka, in the meantime, he does spot out Sonya and Malfurion on that bottom camp. But, you know, who cares about the camp if you can win the game?
That's
no.
I agree. And look at this. Fazeev with the quick maths. He's worked out 56 gems plus 4 equals 60.
Which means
So
he can
gets
get
the pay-in. And there's the boss timed with it now. And they're going to be marching down this top lane. Now, unfortunately, unless this minion is going to be killed on the far left-hand side for the blue wave, it needs to die very, very quickly. Or the web weaver is going to spawn that far back.
Oh, that's so unfortunate for them. So unfortunate, but the boss is still marching onto this keep. They're definitely looking to make the lane pressure even here, but can they get more? Can they get the game?
Can they get the game? Horrify is available. The red team do have their tools to engage themselves if they want. The keep is falling. The boss looks like it might get the keep themselves. Sonny falling a little bit low, but the keep is their objective here, and they managed to walk away with the keep in hand. Now, they're going to turn their attention to mid lane, GK. Are they going to try and siege up here, perhaps?
Yeah, I think they're definitely going to. I don't think they can win the game at this point, but getting front walls, getting keeps is definitely important for them. So we see an attempt from Stukov to hit that level 13 combo, but it does not quite hit.
Yeah, we're 26 minutes in, level 24 v24. The Horrify comes down there onto the Hacker. He's going to get taunted as well. Is he going to get a stasis off? He does manage to get a stasis off. Malfurion looks has to be the target. Isolation does miss as Sonya goes in, spinning to win aggressively here. Does have that ignore pain and the nerves of steel there, but no one falls.
No one falls indeed. But look at the gems. 51 on the side of Food for Frobius and only 18 on the side of Out of Position Squad. The next pay-in for Food for Frobius is pretty close. And they're definitely going to be looking for that. What a game.
Yeah, they're waiting for that level 26 power spike on both sides, it seems. But this camp in the mid lane. But this is it. Look, Food for Frobius know exactly what they need to do here, which is pretty much nothing. They just need to try and get the gems, if possible, without stepping up too far. As soon as they get vision, and that's exactly what they see now, the red team showing bot lane. No one's going to be walking off by themselves. I say that as Gul'dan walks top by themselves, but obviously it's very close to their core. He's safe. He's not going to get caught out of that.
See, that's what you think. That's always what you think right before you get ganked by 5 people. And you're like, maybe not.
And Eriberry in chat points out, imagine this is only game 1. Exactly, guys. This is a best of 5. 4 potential more maps to go here. Chat, though, with the drag landing onto electric. The silence isn't there. The loop comes down, though. Sonny does have Blessed Shield available here. Hasn't quite used it. Does get taunted here. Does pop the Unstoppable here. Blessed Shield comes down now, and they are going to get the kill onto Malfurion. But Sonny eats all the Gul'dan damage and does get taken down. And Sonya looks very healthy here, trying to chase him down. Electric does have taunt available in 2 more seconds. Hat pops his ace, but is going to get taunted.
Yeah, and that's 2 for 1 in favor of Out of Position Squad. Can they get more? The backline is... Gem turns for the root. If he doesn't hit that, that's very dangerous. But Out of Position Squad is now pushing up to the keep. Are they looking to end the game?
They want to look to end. Sonya has Wrath in 18 seconds. It's 45 seconds on Hat. on his Dahaka and 30 seconds on Johanna. They're looking to end the game. They've got Gul'dan on this core, and look at the core. The shields are just melting at the moment. Jam, though, with the siege pushing them away. The loop comes down onto Gul'dan. The taunt comes down, though, onto Greymane here. Greymane does manage to jump away to safety here. Can they defend?
They're buying a lot of time, and their Kaiser on that Sonya is spinning away, scared for his life, and Food for Frobius pull off the defense again.
What is this game?
I'm gonna be honest, I can't handle 5 of these games.
It's
I won't be able to.
It's a nail-biter game 1 here in this Legendary Cup semi-final. Some would say this first game is just legendary at this point.
Oh no. This is a transparent joke right there.
It was. He's going to be listening, laughing, highly amused at home. But I don't know how they're not ending. 16 kills to 16. Level 25 v 25. 2 low keeps v 2 low keeps. No keep top lane v no keep top lane. Can you get any closer?
No, you can't. 16 kills against 16 is... This is too close.
Sonya going to pay in her gems, though. The red team, they don't have enough to pay in, but they want to just, deposit all they can. But the red team now looks like they're getting fed up of this 30-minute tomb game. They want to try and posture aggressively.
Food for Frobius does have pay in now. Enough for those web weavers. And surely, 30-minute web weavers. That has to end the game, right? Right?
Surely it's endable. 30 minutes.
Boss is up. The boss is up.
Sonya pops Wrath, though. They want to try and commit to this, it looks like. Horrify is available. Fiziv does need a bit of damage from the Gul'dan. They need to be careful. He's going to lose his movement speed now from that level 13 talent on the prowl. The stun comes down to Sonny. She pops in Zoppel immediately there. And Electric just goes...
No.
Shattering Throw deletes it.
This keep is slowly getting poked down by the Gul'dan.
Oh,
30 minutes in the... Oh, the temporal loop.
And
the drag! Oh! Food for Frobius! What a combo, but Uther is just gonna come back.
He is going to come back, but they did manage to massive shove away the electrics. The electrics? The Varian. The Varian there. So Varian wasn't able to taunt or anything to follow it, but Uther, as you said, is back. Varian goes in. Chromie doesn't have loop available for 20 seconds on his side, but ults are available on the red side here. Sonya's going to have a Wrath back in 2 seconds as well, and she might want to go in here. The taunt comes down onto Sonya, and Stoppel comes out, but there's a Twilight Dream blink in onto Sonya. She's already used her trait here. Hat comes down though, does have his ultimate available to him if he wants to. Does land the isolation, the contagion spreads though, onto 2. He gets a drag onto Uther, and Uther goes down. No redemption available, but Hat takes a bit of punishment here, but meanwhile Johanna does get taken down. Chromie with the time loop though, a time loop, and does manage to snipe Malfurion. Jam though goes in.
Double kill, and Greymane in the meantime is chasing that Sonya, who's trying to run and spin for her life, but it's not enough. A 3-for-2 in favor of Food for Frobius. They have to pay. The boss is up. What are they going to do? They're gonna take the hard camp.
Hard camp? How anticlimactic. No, they're going to take hard camp because the thing is, if they push here, right? If they use to pay in, as we usually ignore the chat from the players, right? But I must mention this.
Yeah.
The red team says game one by the way, and I completely agree with them. But as we mentioned, if they opt to pay in here, they want to wait for their teammates to spawn. So they want to pay in when they're close to respawning. But on the other side, they're going to be spawning as well. So it's going to end up a 5v5 no matter what you do.
Now, Avi. The question, is this endable?
Yeah, it's not is this clownable anymore. It's actually, is this game endable?
We'll just have to see as Stukov is about to respawn, and so is Sonya. This is going to be a 5v5 fight for game number 1 of the best of 5 of this Legendary Cup Grand Final.
Pressure's going to be high. Both teams are going to be feeling it at this point. They've been playing this one map for 32.5 minutes. It's so even. One small mistake could cost the red team the game here.
It definitely can, and we see Stukov trying to hit that combo. Sonny gets engaged on no taunt though. The keep is going to fall soon to the web weaver.
Yeah, the keep goes down. Bot lane, there's a web weaver marching down on this bot lane keep, and they need to go for it. They want to just try and take the keeps at this moment.
Food for Frobius going for the insane triple keep play right here. trying to create space for the top lane where there's the web weaver, but it's very low already, actually.
Yeah, catapults do so much damage at this stage that catapults will just clear out the web weavers themselves.
Yeah, and the
But they do take the keep.
down.
So it's a slither of a keep, v no keeps at this point. But the blue team are being aggressive here. They do opt to take the hard camp away from the red team.
Yeah, and still they're not scared, right? They still want to be the aggressors at this point in time. 33.5 minutes in this Tomb of the Spider Queen game.
Look at damage numbers quickly. You see Gul'dan, 132,000 hero damage. On the other side, you see Chromie with 149,000 damage. And we're going to see a boss.
The boss
is this going to be the throw pit? Is this the boss throw pit that we need? Be ready to clip this fight, guys. This is going to be it.
This
for
is
either
going
team
to be
here.
the fight to secure the game. The temporal loop goes down on Sonya to get her back. The boss is so low. Breast shield already used. The boss is taken by out of position Scott, but Sonya falls. So does Uther. Johanna falls, but Uther has redemption. Stuka falls. Gul'dan falls. Malfurion dies. Electrix is the only one left. Uther's back. Fazeev dodges the Uther ult and is getting chased down, but the boss is going towards the core.
Oh, Fazeev, you absolute god, jumping onto the flag here. And he managed to survive, but the blue team needs to decide what to do, because this boss is going to end.
They have to go core. The boss can't be defended. They have to end. Food for Frobius, that is.
The catapults are just destroying the boss, but the boss is attacking the core. The blue team's core is falling. It's 5% per hit, and Electrix is coming in as well. But the blue team opts to try and chase this, but it looks like it's going to be over. I think Out of Position Squad have got this game number 1, guys. After 35 minutes, we have a victor of map number 1, and it's going to be Out of Position Squad.
What a game!
I'm-
What a game! Transparent, I would love to hear your insight on this.
What can I say? Like, I've just watched the 35-minute game, and I'm supposed to sort of maybe say one of the highlights, but there was about, I've not got enough fingers to count the highlights on there, and I'm from Norfolk in the UK, so it's this phenomenal. It's been a phenomenal game 1. Game number 1, if you're just joining us in the Legendary Cup Grand Final, it's a best of 5. We've got at least 2 more games to go, if not 4 more games. We will be here till, let me just do some quick maths, until about midnight CET if these all go to
35 minutes.
Yeah, some people always complain that HOTS the draft is longer than the game, but today we proved that wrong, as Out of Position Squad take game number 1 here on Tomb of the Spider Queen. I think the teams are going to need a small refreshment break. Because,
So do we, Transparent.
I mean, you do too, but you're not allowed right now.
I'm not allowed one, that's unfortunate.
I couldn't leave my seat either. But please, yeah, and what an amazing thing. All the people who bet on Out of Position Squad are just going to be receiving their points as game number 1 does go over to Out of Position Squad. I can't quite believe it. I'm out of words to say. If you think that this is amazing, please tune in tomorrow at 13 CET for our Mythic Championships here on this channel, as well as even better the further tier above these 2 teams are going to be playing tomorrow, and that seems sort of impossible to say, as we've had such an amazing game number 1 on Tomb of the Spider Queen. Aviator, what are you expecting out of game number 2?
A 10-minute stomp for either side. That's what's going to happen in game number 2.
That's what I'm hoping for.
No, but talk aside, the stats from that game are just crazy. Chromie with 171,000 damage. Those are ARAM stats at this point, right? Those are absolutely ARAM numbers. Johanna died 8 times. Uther died 10 times. No KDA player in sight except for
He got
Chromie.
trade value, Aviator. That's what he did. Trade value. We talked about this.
Chromie, the KDA player, 13, 11, 1. I think the Chromie, as you said, the Chromie's going to feel really safe in that kind of competition without the leap. And that's exactly what happened. The Chromie felt completely safe, was able to put out so much damage. But it just came down to a boss. And I said, I can't even remember when, probably about 15 minutes into the game, that there's always a throw-in boss at some point. I didn't expect it to be at 36 minutes in.
I did not either.
Yeah.
Oh, what a thriller of a match.
I'm out of breath from just holding my breath for most of that game. I think it could have ended about 20 minutes in, but a boss pit being the final thing, it was, I mean, it's sad to watch. Just Food for Frobius almost in control of that game right at the end, but out of position squad just looking to take over with Horrify being such an important ability. Surely Gul'dan's going to be banned out now. Surely it is.
You say surely,
he
but we
keeps
said
on coming
surely.
back.
We said surely it was going to be endable about 20 minutes in. So I don't think surely is the word. But guys, we've got our second map, and it's going to be the lounge favorite. It's Infernal Shrines being picked up by Out of Position Squad as Food for Frobius opted for first pick here.
Yeah, this can't go to 35 minutes long. I don't believe so. I mean, it could.
Can.
I'm going to curse it now and say it won't, because that
They are
Punisher,
going to prove you wrong, Transparent.
that Punisher can punch still incredibly hard. A bit harder than the Web Weavers do their little twiddly spell effect out. You know, that does fine, but Punisher will be punching the cores hard, be punching the heroes hard, and I'm sure we'll have an exciting map. Certainly some heroes will be prioritized in this draft. DK, is the Gul'dan going to be banned this time, as it's so important for clearing the shrine?
I mean, you did see that Gul'dan was first picked in the previous map. It is a comfort pick for out of position squad, so maybe Food for Frobius think the Horrify was good. The poke damage was too strong, and maybe they'll ban it out this time.
Well, maybe. And if you think you can take down these teams that are playing for so long and you want to play against them, maybe you want to just play in an environment that is similar to this, a little bit more competitive, you can play in Heroes Lounge with !sign up, as is nicely put in the chat right now, with a little link, and that will take you to our guide of signing up to our Discord, signing up to the league itself, and if you're just signing up by yourself, you'll find a team to go with you. We'll just sort of put you together, or even if you are in our Discord, there are plenty of teams about looking for plucky new players who are enthusiastic and just want to have fun. Yes, our little amateur league. This is Heroes of the Storm, Heroes Lounge Legendary Cup Grand Finals. Game number 1 was a real thriller. And if you've got any clips, we love to see them. So put them in our Discord. If you do !clips, that will take you there as well. Gentlemen, what can we expect in game number 2 in terms of draft, in terms of anything? Aviator.
I think we'll see the same tanks again. It's going to be ETC Johanna. Sorry, we didn't see ETC, we saw Varian. I wonder if the Varian was the problem there, because obviously the Varian was a really nice pick into the Johanna. There are two tanks that essentially counted Johanna really, really well. One is Varian, and the other one is main tank Leoric. Which a lot of people don't sort of expect, but it's obviously it's a very niche tank. We've seen it in CCL recently, but it does work into a main tank Johanna. I don't know what drop we're going to get at this point. I wonder if we'll see like a Maiev or something different, you know? If we'll see Hat on a more aggressive offlane, if we'll see that 4-man Rexar come back, perhaps. They played it on Infernal Shrines earlier on, that triple melee frontline. You know, all these kind of comps. DK, what do you think?
I think after the last map, everything is possible. We can see a Murky, we can see Probius. I believe everything is possible in this best of 5 series of the Legendary Cup Grand Final. But there have been some strategies that Out of Position Squad have played on this map, and it does involve Vikings.
Oh, that could be incredibly spicy. Being 1 game ahead means that you have a little bit of a flexibility, an opportunity to maybe pull out something to just get that cheeky extra game and make yourself in that match point. Do you think they're going to pull out this Vikings Aviator?
They could do, they could do something different. But do you know what's going to be really demoralizing for Out of Position Squad? Okay, say if you pick the Vikings or you do something completely wacky that they've been practicing, and then you get destroyed in like 15 minutes. You're going to think we played 35 minutes on one map, and then we play 15 on another and get ruined. It could ruin your morale for the team. And how do you bounce back from that? So I think they've got to be careful. And I think they're just going to stick to comfort. We're going to see the Medivh ban. Perhaps, we'll see Fiziev pick up his main on the Probius. That could come in on Infernal Shrines. It's got good clear for the Shrine, good Shrine control, good bush control.
Yeah.
As we saw in the Nexus Rumble from Fiziev, by the way.
Yeah.
Every Sunday at 19:30 CET, starting on December 13th. if I remember correctly.
Yeah, absolutely. We do have some exciting games in the Nexus Rumble, but of course, this is the legendary Cup of of Heroes Lounge Season 13. It has been quite the marathon. I tell the players every time, and I'm going to tell the spectators as well. Make sure you keep well watered and well fed, as hydration is key in these long series. We've been here since 1 o'clock CET. That was 7 hours ago, and there's still possibly 4 more games to go as we go into the draft of game number 2 here on Infernal Shrines.
Game number 2. Let's hope it's not. Well, actually, do you know what? From an observer point of view, we always want those 35-minute bangers, right? We always want those absolute, not one-sided. You know, it's so even. You don't get that in your Storm League games, right? And that's why we play Lounge, because you don't want to just have a 10-minute stomp either side. You want this competitive, close games. It just shows the skill level of these two teams are very, very equal at this point, and it's going to come down to draft again.
Yeah. What I'm expecting here is definitely priority on the tanks. As you said, Johanna, ETC, so good for both of these teams. The May from Electrics, of course, how could I forget? It's just going to be banned every time. And I assume we're going to see a Medivh ban as well on the other side.
Yeah.
I wanted to point out that maybe in this case, they have first pick Food for Frobius, which is going to give them a little bit of an extra control of the draft. Aviator, your thoughts on that?
I was going to say, they might pick up Anna themselves here, but first pick Anna, you can grief yourself into it sometimes because you're opening yourself up to dive or something like that. And so they have to think about their composition if they want that Anna, if they want to ban it away again. Because picking it in the 1-2 feels a little bit safer than first picking it.
Yeah, I think
you're definitely right.
There's plenty of counter strategies to Anna at the moment, especially early on. But we see an Uther ban, so they're done with that double support. DK, can you expect anything else?
Maybe a non-double support game here.
Zagara.
Zagara. Aviator called it right here. Zagara.
I think Oops will pick Zagara.
I would love to see more of Zagara, certainly in this Legendary Cup Grand Final.
And it is the Anna being taken first here. Ballsy.
Yeah, so, Anna susceptible to dive. Johanna Falling Sword kind of mess at the moment because most games go to 20, and that's where Falling Sword is really, really strong. So at 20, you can go Falling Sword, Light Bomb, but Artanis picking up his beloved Alex Straza here.
Now, I want to point out that most people say, what, Anna into Alex Straza into Anna? That just seems crazy. The grenade's going to get so much value. But no, Artanis plays Alex Straza so much, knows exactly how to play against Anna, and really gets the value out of the hero. So do watch out for that in the game. Some people in the chat saying, oh, where's Holger? Holger is currently banned at the moment in Heroes Lounge due to it only being released on Tuesday. And there's definitely still a little few bugs that this Hogger is bringing into the Nexus. But hat on the Rexar and Sonny bringing out the Nubrak. What are we thinking, Aviator?
I love the Nubrak pick here. I think it's really good into Alex Straza. You can interrupt. You've got so much CC. You can interrupt Dragon. You can cocoon her as as the animation goes off. It's such a good pick. And they've also got the Rexar here now, and they can flex this. They can either go into this 4-man Rexar that they've been showcasing, or they can keep this as the offlane. They kept it in the offlane in the last time, but there's the Chromie band coming out from out of position squad.
Yeah, the Gul'dan still available. Obviously, the Gul'dan player picked up Tassadar, looking for that later game, but it could still be a little bit of a swapperoo. Although into the Anna Rexar, it could leave them very vulnerable. I like the aggressive strategy that Frobius have already got, especially to protect the Anna. So it will be up to out of position squad to pick up their next 2 picks. What are you thinking, DK?
Now, when I mentioned the Vikings, it was paired with a Cho'Gall. The Vikings were paired with Cho'Gall, but they do not decide to go for it. And I think that does have to deal with Food for Frobius picking up that Anubrak, being able to cocoon the Cho'Gall, and you just get a 2-for-1 value, basically.
Yeah, smart draft here from Food for Frobius. Picking up that Anubrak just in case the Cho'Gall was even on the table and not even having to ban it out. To the Thrall ban, making sure there's no Earthquake and a little bit of extra control. Aviator, what are you thinking Food for Frobius is going to pick up in these last 2 picks?
Greymane is still open, and they do love the Greymane, but they do need a mage as well. So, or Cassia, for example, could fill that role. And yeah, so it is going to be this 4-man Rexar, and with Cassia. Now, nano boosted Cassia running you down, Ball of Lightning, your trait available to you, level 16 static electricity. Obviously, you're going to go into Q build with a nano boost, and you just do so much damage. It's disgusting. They could go Valkyrie as well into Tassadar, but with this much setup and with the nano boost, I'd like to see the Cassia go for more aggro picks with Balls of Lightning.
Yeah, I'm expecting to see a Sonya being the last pick to round it off for Out of Position Squad. Maybe just to put a little bit of extra pressure, but there could be something else. But it's going to be the Deathwing as the offlane. We've not seen Deathwing for a while.
Now, I really like
4K
this.
Deathwing, by the way.
Yeah, true. The portrait is very on point, but I like this Deathwing pick. If you look at the left team's draft, Anna, Rexar, and Uberak Blaze, so much CC there. And you know what doesn't affect Deathwing? Exactly, it's CC. So I really like this pickup from Out of Position Squad right here.
Yeah, of course.
Number 2.
If you like Out of Position Squad's composition as well, be sure to get your bets in with our Stream Elements point. That's !BetB and the number of points for Out of Position Squads. But if you're thinking, Food for Frobius, they've got this in the bag. They can get these reverse games going now. You can do !BetA and then the number of points to get yourself in. Aviator, I've always seen you've put bet A. What's your reasoning there?
The triple melee comp, it's worked for them so far. They haven't lost with it. The CC setup, obviously Deathwing is immune to the CC, but the other 4 heroes aren't. And unless Raynor absolutely on point with the Q, he's going to get focused down, so I'm going A.
Yeah, and it looks all very good as we go into game number 2 here of our Legendary Cup Grand Final for EU Season 13 of Heroes Lounge. Take it away, gents.
Here we are, guys. Game number 2. Let's hope it's not another 35-minute banger. Oh, let's hope for it. We'll find out. Food Frobius on the left-hand side in blue. Once again, we have Anubarak, played by Sonny, Cassia by Sidonian, Anna, played by Jam, Blaze, played by Hat, and Rexar, played by Fiziv.
And on the right side, Out of Position Squad, the winner of the 35-minute game. We have Artanis on Alexstrasza, we have Murmur on that Tassadar, Der Kaiser. On that Deathwing, Electrix, on that ETC, and Eltonox is playing his Raynor.
Yeah, here we go, guys. Game number 2 of this Legendary Cup Final. Best of 5, by the way. And we already see Q build coming in from Alex. Or actually, I've seen Artanis play Alex Shaza before, and he goes Q at level 1, and then E4, E7. And it does so much damage at level 20. If you get the E at 20, it does so much damage.
Opting into a wall build, huh? I like it. Now, I like what Food for Frobius is doing here. They're being aggressive on the wave. And Rexar and Anubarak are hovering this little choke here.
The sleep.
Jam on Anna.
Yeah, Jam on Anna just casting the sleep, predicting the ETC movement there and making sure they're able to get this rotation advantage. So blue team able to rotate as 4, or technically 5, 4.5 with the Misha, and Hat coming down now as well. So they're 5.5 heroes at the moment. And unfortunately, the red team having to go for 2 for 2.
Yeah, doesn't this seem kind of unfair though, Aviator, that there's 6 heroes on the left side and there's only 5. 5.5 heroes on the left side.
Yes, it happens, but it's hot, it's competitive. They don't want to play fair at this point in time. Now, the blue team opting to take their left side easy camp, as is the red team as well at this point. So obviously the bottom camp, the neutral camp as it is, not being contested for just yet. The shrine's been announced and it's going to be in the bottom lane, so we'll see both teams rotate up to take their hard camps probably, closer to the 2-minute 30 mark, obviously when the shrine spawns.
Yeah, that's definitely something you want. You want that extra pressure building up in the top lane. And, forcing Deathwing to stay there, it's going to take him quite some time to clear that camp and then fly in the air and rotate down to the bottom lane. And so Food for Frobius could definitely take their advantage there on the first shrine of the game.
Yeah, we're going to see the red team now start to take this bottom camp. Obviously, blue team opting to clear the mid lane at the moment. So they are going to scout this out there. But they're not able to contest it at this point in time. So they will just have to opt to defend this, as Blaze is able to out-rotate the Deathwing at this point in time. And just able to put some pressure on the mid lane.
Yeah, he is. And this now, both teams are just trading the clearing of the camps. Now, Out of Position Squad did get a slight experience from taking that extra bottom camp, and already early on the bruiser camp.
Yeah, we're not seeing a rotation from the blue team at the moment, unless Blaze is going to go over there. But no, it doesn't look like they are. So no hard camp being taken by Food for Frobius here. So this is going to be a bit of pressure in the top lane that they're not going to want to have to try and clear, really. You have to rotate Hat up on the Blaze to defend this with Deathwing there as well. And Deathwing obviously able to fly into the sky and have that sort of pseudo-global presence and able to land in the bottom lane.
Yeah, and Food for Frobius decide to start this shrine very early, getting a lead on the minions. And as ECT gets stunned by Rexar, they're getting zoned out quite a bit.
Yeah, perhaps they know that the dragon is just going to be too strong for them to fight into, so they're going to opt to try and leave this as well. They want to get a head start, but once you get to 15 plus shrine guardians, you are going to be able to pop dragon and normally secure the shrine for yourself.
Yeah, now they already have one dragon, and Deathwing, you know, they could have two if Alexstrasza decides to pop her trade.
Yeah, hacking in aggressively on the Rexar though. There's the dragon pop by Artanis though. Here we go, we're going to see our first fight of the game. Sonny falling extremely low. Misha does go down, but Sonny looks to be next. She doesn't have an E available to her for another 4 seconds. It looks like the shrine's going to be secured by the red team with that Alexstrasza dragon. Double dragon, too strong.
So strong, yep. OP, Blizzard prisoner. But this Punisher is a Mortar Punisher, which is usually something you want in the late game where the damage kills very, very hard. So this defense is going to be pretty easy for Frobius.
Punisher going to jump again, but only onto Misha as the blue team predicted the jump as well and rotated just slightly away from it, so they weren't all to get stunned and maybe slid by ETC. And the blue team just trying to catch them out, but not quite able to. Tassadar already up to 70 stacks on level 1. Caster on the side only on 11. A little bit unfair at the moment, but we do see an engage coming down into mid lane, and Reyna gets double stun locked and gets taken down. First blood at 4 minutes 40 going over to Food for Frobius.
Yeah, and they're now going to take over the siege camp from the enemy team. And if you get vision onto that fountain, you will be able to take that down, and that's what Blaze is doing. He has the oil spell ready, and as you see, the Khazra camp is focusing it down. Is it going
you see with the knockback, trying to knock them away, and Tassa able to clear it up. And unfortunately, they don't quite get the well. But obviously, the next objective is in the top lane, as Deathwing, though, is able to take the well in the top lane at this point.
Yeah, he is. Blaze sticking around slightly too long, losing that fountain now. But now we see the blue team, Food for Frobius, taking the siege camp. And it is spotted out by Artanis on that Alexstrasza. Electrix is walking in here.
Yeah, we might see a commitment here. Deathwing is not taken to the sky, so this is going to be a 4v4, but we do see a double sneak coming out. The stun from Anubrak here, the lockdown, Greymane, the Cassius, sorry, not Greymane, Greymane aggressively trying to take them down. They do get the kill onto Tassadar. The stun comes out, though, onto Alexstrasza. Can they secure the kill? She's falling extremely low. The sleep again landing. And Anna with the kill steal twice.
Yep, I mean, she set up the double kill. She deserves the kills, in my opinion. Definitely, but what an engage from Food for Frobius. Jam setting that up perfectly for them. And level 10 is there now.
Yeah, level 10s are in it. It's going to be Cocoon. It's going to be the Valkyrie, so they are going to try and fish for that Tassadar, or when they're all grouped up on the Alexstrasza heal circle, perhaps use that fishing rod of the Valkyrie just to try and zone them out. Anna holding her ultimate, but I think you want to nano the Cassia here. I think Nano Cassia is really good, or even Nano Blaze can be really strong as well. But we're going to see Deathwing fly in here. They want to try and look for a fight. But the blue team, they don't want to give them it. The Force Wall comes out as well. And unfortunately, blocks his own team in.
Oh, no, lucky. This is the one time where you flame your team, right? For like, come on, we could have engaged here, and then Tassadar just blocks you off completely. Quite unfortunate.
Could be Sleep Dart again landing onto ETC. This is the point about playing into an Ana. As a tank player or anyone who has to step up front line, you just hate it. Because you know a random Sleep Dart's going to come out. Deathwing going in, though, may take a bit of damage. Cassia just trying to weave in some auto attacks on him.
Yeah, and the shrine in the meantime is spawning in the top lane. Blaze is able to get out of there. There was no DPS there, but he doesn't know that, so he safely gets out.
Yeah, they need to soak the bottom lane though. Deathwing just able to walk in and pressure this keep. The fort. The fort's already open as well. There's no wall, so Sidonian goes down just to pressure the Deathwing there. Not picking up the soak either though, just trying to push it. But now we're going to focus into the top lane as the red team already starting this because Alexstrasza does have her Dragon Queen available to her.
Yeah, and it's already 10 minions are secure for out of position squad, and we see a burrow charge from Sonny trying to get a stun, but it unfortunately misses. Now,
Yeah,
that bottom fort, look at that. It's taking so much damage.
Yeah, the waves obviously just meeting and unfortunately not trading. Deathwing in the middle though. So this is a 5v4 in favour for Food for Frobius currently. But Tassar just stacking this level 1 continuously up to 105 already. But we're going to see 5 members of our position squad rotate up here. ETC stunned.
And is
Nothing.
able to slide out. The bear though, Misha, animal abuse, is going to get taken down here.
Yeah, and they're able to zone out Food for Frobius. There's no well for them to tap either, so they need to rely on Anna's healing to heal them up here. They do have all their ultimates available, so they could go in here. They want to look for it. Hat's on the flank. He wants to try and look for that stun in the backline. Dragon Queen is popped, though, on the other side, so they need to decide what to do. If they want to commit or not. None of this comes out onto Cassia here. She's trying to put out damage as she can. The bunkers popped as well on the bottom side. Cocoon being used as well, but immediately broken through here. Electric slides in aggressively onto Cassia here. The damage from Tassar. The Sleep Dart comes out onto Tassar, but the Archon is keeping him alive. Blaze with a big stun though, and popping Unstoppable as well. But it's not enough.
Shrine is going to go over to out of position squad. Like, they have so much zoning control. With the Deathwing, with the ETC, just pushing people around. The Archon doing so much, forcing the Cocoon out. And then, of course, there's the Dragon Form Exercise as Misha falls again. Poor
No.
Misha.
We need to report Fizz after the game for Misha. But no, nicely done. Baiting the Misha, obviously, it doesn't count for full XP as a hero and will respawn very, very quickly in that sense. But bot lane, we're going to see Hat trying to soak up some experience. They're not too far behind in experience despite losing both things. But we do see the horrifying of the fear, bellowing roar being used onto Hat here. He's taking a lot of damage. So Kaiser flies in, but Hat just mounts up and walks away.
I don't think that's quite what you want to do as a Deathwing while using your ultimate there. But
He saw an idea. He had a dream. He had a vision. And unfortunately, it didn't work out. The Sleep Dart lands though. Hat's going to come in here. The Valkyrie comes out on Tassadar as well. There's no Archon
beautiful.
available. The anti-nade on top. The stun by Hat. Can they get the kill? The bunker being dropped as well. And of course, they do get the kill. But Hat wants to chase him down. The oil spill comes out. The Sleep Dart again. The stun. The double stun. The Cassio goes in aggressively, trying to get the auto attacks in and kills the Alexstrasza. Cocoon comes out onto Reyna as well. And they're going to get this kill. Deathwing, meanwhile, just firing away his flame breath, but it's not enough. And they get the triple kill.
Triple kill indeed, and it's such beautiful coordination from Food for Frobius there. The sleep hits. Nobody wakes him up. The Valkyrie comes out. They secure Tassadar and they go for more. Beautifully done by them.
Yeah, Anna absolutely popping off, landing sleep dart after sleep dart after sleep dart at the moment. I would expect to see Anna banned out in game number 2. Game number 3.
Yeah, and they're going to secure this bottom fort with the help of Anubrek's Beetles, which can tank the shots, of course.
There's no burning beetles at level 13, so...
Oh, that's reportable.
I don't know. Now we're going to see Cassia take this bottom camp. It's 6 kills to nothing, by the way, but look at Structures. Structures at the moment favouring the red team, and with this, they know they're going to be on the bot camp. They're going to take their hard camp away from them.
Yeah, they are, and I really like the spray, actually, from them. Forcing something before level 16 hits for Food for Frobius. But are they going to collapse? Raynor is not going to be there.
Well, the shrine is going to be announced shortly, though, and it is in the bottom lane. The blue team, though, they know Reynor's not there. They want to try and look for something here. Misha going to be the one to try and scout them out, but they're not able to find the engage they want. As you mentioned, Deathwing, the only one they can't Valkyrie, they can't stun, is he's immune to CC.
It's kind of cheating.
No, but he's not immune to damage, and he is taking a bit there as he steps up. And now the blue team says, you know what, you take our camp, perhaps we'll take yours away from you.
Pulling a no you reverse card, but this is pre-16. This is what they want. But they're going to let it go, actually.
Yeah, Reyna still clearing in the bottom lane there, so not forcing a 4v5. But if you look at the top lane, though, their keep wall is taking damage. They've already taken 1 tower down with that camp.
And the second is going to follow soon as well. We see some damage being put onto Deathwing, and he is going to be fine.
Blaze opting to go and clear the camp in the top lane here for Food for Phobius. Level 16 will be in now for both teams, so well caught up in experience for out of position squad.
And so weird to see, right? It's 6 kills to 0 in favor of Food for Phobius, but out of position squad getting the objectives every time with their zone control, just keeping up in experience. Very well done by them.
Yeah, but Food Furries have lost every shrine so far with that Alexstrasza Dragon Queen, and it is available to her again. And she's popping it fairly out of CC range. You know, she's popping it carefully, make sure. But we do see Archon being popped here. Electrix wants to look for that slide, does get the knockback here. Reyna chasing down Hat on this Blaze, and Hat's just taking punishment from the Reyna at the moment. For the blue team, they're waiting. They want to go in here. They've waited out the Archon. It's 10 to 15 Shrine Guardians here. Alexstrasza waiting out of vision at the moment. Not Pop Dragon just yet.
Oh, the Valkyrie goes down onto ETC, and the follow-up CC is there. Can they take him out? Oh, he is so low.
The billowing roar from Deathwing able to peel for his team there as Hyperion goes out as well. And now the Dragon Queen is there from Alexstrasza, and she's just firing away, takes to the skies as well. And now it looks like they're going to secure their 3rd shrine again. ETC surviving with a slither of his health. If you look at him now, looks like he didn't even take a single bit of damage as he's full HP.
You know, Aviator, that was so unfortunate because the nano boost was hit onto the Anubrak instead of the Cassia, which definitely could have been.
We see a fight behind the Immortal, here onto Tassadar. And Tassadar is taking a lot of damage, but is going to get healed up, but does get taken down. The Cocoon onto ETC as well. Feign Death coming out from Rexar here, but is going to get knocked back. I wonder if ETC is going to try and trade his life for this, but it doesn't look like he is. Cassia, though, being chased down. They need to try and peel for the Cassia at the moment. The Punisher is baited over on the left-hand side. Now Sonny looks to be in trouble here. Doesn't have Unstoppable available to her for another 4 seconds, 3 seconds, 2 seconds. And it's not enough, and she gets taken down. Valkyrie comes out, though, onto Alexstrasza in the backline. Sidonia goes in aggressively with that static electricity at level 16. Can he get the kill?
Oh, it's so close. Artanis is able to get out Electrix, and Altanox are what beautiful body blocking and taking the damage. Wait, he's out?
Yeah, he's got instant mount at level 13 with that movement speed, so he's able to walk away. No, there's nothing you can do. If you get the mount, and just able to walk away and just get out of AA range, greatly done. But you need to be careful and not take too much damage from the.
I was about to say.
From the beams on the ground.
Now, Aviator, at level 20, which team does the do the comps favor, in your opinion?
So honestly, I think the red team have a stronger level 20 here. They're going to have Bolt on ETC. They're going to have Alexstrasza with that E at level 20. I don't know what it's called, but meanwhile we see an engage coming down. Valkyrie comes out, but it doesn't quite connect. And it looks like both teams are able to disengage. But the balls come out, though, from Rexar here. They want to go in. Sonny goes in aggressively, landing the stun onto Tassadar here. Cocoon comes out onto the ETC. They want to go in. The Billowing Roar comes out again, though. And meanwhile, Sidonia just gets Billowing Roared and dies. Unfortunately, Bunker comes down now from Hat, though, trying to peel for himself. Is he able to get out? The Force Wall is there. The Mosh Pit comes down, but he's able to get into the bunker. He's actually trying to live. He's got 500 HP, and unfortunately walks back into Alexstrasza, and he gets taken down.
And Cassia just got deleted there. She had the thermal lens from Tastar, which just melted her so much after the fear from Deathwing. And Jam is now maybe in trouble, and so is Sonny.
Yeah, at the moment they're running away. Jam's being focused down by the Deathwing. Unfortunately, it looks like she's going to fall, and she gets taken down. Now, the question is, can they get this keep? They're 5v3. Sonny needs to be careful. It does pop the Unstoppable and walks away, but stuns the ETC mid-slide. Does have tap available as well, but Alexstrasza takes to the skies, trying to heal up her team here. It doesn't look like they're able to get the keep. Deathwing flies to the skies as well, trying to heal up himself. Valkyrie comes out, doesn't quite land. This sidestep by the Reyna. Now Cassia wants to go in aggressively on the Reyna, does get queued back away. ETC slides in, knocks back the Cassia. Sonny goes in to try and peel for here. Deathwing is in the skies. Hyperion comes out, they're taking so much damage. Cocoon comes down onto the Reyna.
And this is so many cooldowns used from out of position squad. Sure, they will get the keep, but the next shrine... Oh, Anubrak gets deleted by Deathwing there. Oh my. Sidonian is taking a lot of punishment. Electrix has slide soon, and there it is. And they're going to go for the end. They're going to try and take this 2-0 lead over Food for Frobius.
Bunker comes out, they're taking a lot of damage here. Electrix is falling low as well. They are tanking the core. Deathwing's on the core. Nanobus comes out on Blaze, but deleted by the Tassadar Thermal Lancer at level 16, as you pointed out earlier. Anna goes down as well. And it looks like this isn't going to be a 35-minute banger. It's going to be a 17.5-minute game, as our position squad look to end the game here in game number 2.
Wow. Out of position squad playing this map how it is supposed to. You pick heroes who have control over an area. You have the ETC, You have the Rainer with the Hyperion, you have the Alexstrasza with the Dragon, the big dragon, Deathwing, and they won every single shrine. And even though they didn't get the kills, they were able to capture the shrines. And late game, that just did it for them.
Yeah, what an incredible game number 2. Again, out of position squad just showing that they are really strong and they know exactly what the drafts are gonna be like and executing their draft for flawlessly almost as they just overpower Food for Phobos here in game number 2. But that's not all. We have another game after this. It's a best of 5. There could be 3 more games if Food for Phobos pull out the reverse sweep. Yes, if you're just joining us, this is the Heroes Lounge Legendary Cup Grand Finals. Yep, we have seen so many games all through the day since 1 o'clock CET. And it's getting later and later, but we're about to get to a game number 3 of our Grand Finals. Out of position squad, 2-0 up. What are you thinking, Aviator?
I mean, it's just what a game. Again, this time around, the Cassia solo sort of hyper carry comp with the triple melee was working really well for them, but unfortunately did get taken down by the billowing roar, unfortunately.
Yeah, the CC that just coming out with that Deathwing, just enabling, spreading the team of Food for Phobos really means that they struggled into the last pick Deathwing. He's been out of the main meta for a while, but yeah, it's been a little bit tough. What we're sort of having a little look at right now is, you can see the map draft coming in here. We've had a lot of the bans coming through. Obviously, 2 games going over to out of position squad. DK, we've got a draft starting here on Battlefield of Eternity. What are you thinking that might be coming out here?
Now, the previous 2 maps, Tomb of the Spider Queen and Infernal Shrines, are both those quite big maps that you still have to macro on. But this map, picked by Food for Frobius, is just full team fight. You don't macro on this. All you want to do is smash, smash, and smash.
Yeah, but you do need to be careful of perhaps making sure you do still have enough wave clear. Yeah, in map number 1 today, that was all those many hours ago at 1 o'clock. Food for Frobius did play on Battlefield of Eternity, and unfortunately, they didn't get the win as they had an off-lane Varian, which was a little bit spicy. We can, if we sort of have a look at the bracket, we can see how this went on. Obviously, they were against play for us in game number 1 this afternoon. Food for Phobos then had to take on Mold Level Falling, who did so well against Girls Gang in their quarterfinals. But with our 2-0s in the semis, we get to our grand finals here of Out of Position Squad versus Food for Phobos. Out of Position Squad did really well, coming through against Encore and Cursor as well. And as I said earlier, they really did their homework with the drafts, and it's just shown in this grand final as well, being able to be on top of Food for Phobos. But will they be able to take game number 3? Aviator, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, you got to root for Food for Phobos, right? Even if you're an out of position squad fan at this point in time, you want a best of 5. You want this 3-2 kind of grand final. The way the day's gone, it deserves a 3-2. I know it's been a long day for most of us, and a shout out to the production in the background as well to Karis. But we always want a 3-2, right? You always want a 2-1 and things like that when it's a grand final.
Yeah, indeed. You always want the most games possible, the most Heroes of the Storm gameplay possible, because let's be honest, we all really enjoyed this high-level gameplay from both of these teams right here.
Yeah, and if you want more high-level gameplay, we have the Mythic Championships happening tomorrow at 1300 CET. Yeah, that's our Division 1 teams. Well, you'll see teams like Hasu wins these every day. Skog Support 2.0 and Hype, as well as a couple of other ones. That was just to name a few, I'm sure. And so make sure you tune in for that tomorrow at 1300 CET here on twitch.tv/heroes_lounge. But as we look at maybe going to game number 2 on Battlefield Eternity, what are you expecting might be in the draft, Aviator?
Li Ming will be a prior pick, I think. Li Ming, Greymane are the 2 that Food for Phobos like to pick up here on this map. But on the other side, the Rainer is going to want to be factored in as well, because Ray just puts so much pressure on the Immortal that it's just difficult to deal with, even if it's not considered a great hero or whatever. Just the amount of pressure that he can put on with that level 1 Exterminator just puts you at a disadvantage from the word go.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of Greymane coming out from Food for Phobius today, with both Fazeev and Sidonian being able to play that hero, really executing it well. But as well as Li Ming will be a high priority, I imagine, as well as just poking away. It's on those mortals can just form to be deadly at regaining the objective in those long distance poke fights. So, what else could be happening? As Food for Phobius need to get back in here. What's the mental fortitude that they could have, DK?
I think they just need to reset, just clear their minds. Last 2 games was close, but they didn't win. Unfortunate. Go for the next game, win map by map, and we're ready to go into the 3rd draft on Battlefield of Eternity.
Yeah,
game number 3 rather here, Battlefield of Eternity. We had a 35-minute game 1, a 17.5-minute game 2. What are we going to get here in game number 3? Is it going to be a 20+ minute game? BOE, earlier on today we saw some great games where 2 keeps down and they tried to come back, and lots of sort of drama happening in the games and things like that, all action-packed. So we're going to see. But there's the Medivh ban. So in return, we're going to see a Mei ban, no doubt.
You think? Ah, wow.
Maybe.
Nice prediction, Aviator. Good job.
Yeah, if you are just joining us, this is the Legendary Cup for Heroes Lounge. Heroes of the Storm tournament. Yep, it's EU Season 13. Yeah, these are Divisions 2 and 3. Most of the players here are Division 2. They all are Division 2 teams. Yeah, this is our grand final. Best of 5. And currently, out of position squad are 2-0 ahead. Food for Phobius have to do the reverse sweep. Can they do it, Deadly Kitten?
If there's one team that can do it, it's them. 100%. Now, I like what Out of Position Squad is doing. They're banning the Greymane. Such a comfort pick for Food for Phobius.
Yeah,
now, I wonder what they're going to go for.
It's a real staple, really, for them. It's they've played it a lot of times in different compositions, in blow-up comps and sustained comps. But there's the Ana ban out, so they're not willing to let Ana go through this draft. Obviously, respecting Artanis on that Ana.
Yeah, with first pick now in the hands of Out of Position Squad, they once again get control of this tank meta that we've been talking about. Maybe looking to pick something up to counter the first 2 picks that Food for Phobius go for. But we see a Chromie first pick to counter maybe Sidonian. What do you think the answer is going to be, DK?
I mean, I heard that Chromie Man tank is very good. I would love to see a Li Ming here. And, Raynor is still open. But it's not what they're going to go for. They're going to go for Stukov. And is it going to be the Li Ming? I wonder. It is.
Yeah, there's no way they're going to let that go through, because it'll be banned out the next rotation if they do. And it's unfortunate.
Definitely.
But I want to see. I reckon our position squad might just pick up Raynor here as well. Pick up both early on. But I wonder if, because at the moment Altanox has picked the Chromie, and it's been Altanox that's been playing the Raynor so far in the series.
Yeah, it's
no
always been
Gul'dan
awkward
so far.
when you've got those draft overlaps. Yeah, the Gul'dan not being picked up. I don't think we'll see it on Battlefield Eternity. We see Tyrande coming out from Artanis. Artanis has been flexing on all those healers today with both Malfurion, Alex Straza, and now Tyrande with the ETC, especially when there's no cleanse and no medallion now on the side of Food for Phobius. Could there be perhaps an off-lane Uther from Food for Phobius? Question mark?
It could be a very good pick for them. But as you said, the wave here is on the lower side than at that point. But Out of Position Squad, they have one job right now. There's going to be a temporal loop, there's going to be an ETC slide, and there's going to be a Tyrande stun. They just have to kill that one target. And that's all they're going to go for.
It's just such an old school combo, isn't it? Slide, stun, dead. That's exactly what the Out of Position Squad need to do. Very simple and low execution. Just pull it off and get the kills. But they are going to need something on top of it. So I wonder if we are, at the moment their race isn't the greatest. Chromie does have some decent race, but at the moment not the best. So, and Li Ming's obviously got that poke, because Chromie's a little bit more susceptible to dive, obviously, than Li Ming, who's a bit more mobile.
Yeah, the Reyna still available. We've talked about it, as so is Valor. So these key race heroes, I do want to see the Reyna. He's got a little bit of burst protection, but we see Chen being picked up as well as Nubrag. This is a dive heavy, and we may see some extra dive coming out here from Fazeev in the end. But what can you answer to the Chen? What do you think, Aviator?
Sonya works quite well into Chen. Obviously, you can spear every time he wants to drink. You can self-heal as well. But the BOE, the lane doesn't so matter. And we could see an Uther on this side, but then they would really lack the race on this side. But it would help with the dive at the moment.
It is going to be Irel, and the Rainer is being taken up as well. I really like this. Now, Food for Frobius has a comp that very suits their game. They are aggressive. They want to dive in. They're going to go in with the Nubrak. Chen is going to follow up with his Panda Pels. The Stukov route is going to be there. And hopefully they can get some Ming resets.
Yeah, the Faustad's still available, maybe for Fazeev to pick up, or will they go for something big, heavy, and dive related to maybe just say, we've got no more nonsense, and it's Sylvanas, maybe getting those wailing arrows to cancel that ETC, that Yrel, punish that front line as well as disable the back line. I like what they're doing here. Can they do the reverse sweep? Can they do it? If you think that Food for Frobius can take game number 3 and maybe keep their chances of winning the Legendary Cup back in action, do !bet A and the number of points you'd like to bet. And if you think Out of Position Squad are going to close it out right now, lift the Legendary Cup high over their head, do !bet B and the number of points. Which way are you betting, Aviator?
Well, irrelevant of which team I think is going to win, I'm going to back Food for Phobius here because I want a game number 4. I don't want this to go 3-0. I think the final doesn't deserve a 3-0, especially after 2 games that we've had. So I want to see a 5-map series.
Deadly Kitten?
I definitely agree with Aviator here, but this time I prefer the comp that Out of Position Squad has. I think they've been very good so far today, so I'm going to bet my points on Team B.
Well, that's what we think, and can we see a reverse sweep from Food for Phobius, or will it be a closeout from Out of Position Squad? Here we go, game number 3 of the Legendary Cup Grand Final. Take it away, gents.
So, guys, hopefully fighting it out for their survival. It's Food for Phobius on my left-hand side with Sidonian on Sylvanas, Jam on Stukov, Sonny on Anubrak, Hat playing Chen, and Fazeev on the Li Ming.
And on the right side, the team that's 2-0 up right now, Out of Position Squad, we have Murmur on the Rainer, Altonox on the Chromie, Electrics back on the ETC, Artanis, showing us his Tronda, and in the top lane, Der Kaiser playing Arel.
Level 1 towns coming in. Obviously, we are going to see the Exterminator on Jimmy Rainer. Now, I wonder what Chromie build we're going to get. If it's going to be that W Burst, the Vision Sustain, what is it going to be?
What would you go for here, Avi?
I think W build on BOE is really, really strong with Loop, particularly. You just get a lot of damage off. I mean, at level 18, you get a double Loop as well, and it's just so much damage, and normally secures a kill every single time.
That is true, and she is opting into that deep breathing with the W build. Now, what do you think of this Overwhelming Affliction on Sylvanas?
I've actually been playing it a little bit, and it's what CCL players have been playing at the moment, you know, is to get that slow onto ETC, just try and control him a bit more, and essentially it might be a mind control game, and just try and kill the front line, similar to what they did earlier. But we do see a pop coming down onto Rainer, but Nubrak didn't want to pull the trigger just yet, but Chromie opting to rotate top just to try and pressure this lane.
Now, Chromie level 2 is in. Andoral Anomaly, what do you think of this? The extra time chap charges.
So I don't particularly like it on BOE. It's good around objectives though, you know, it does control some space, but I think it's better on maps where rotations are important, things like or point control. You know, on this map, not so much. I mean, you can put it in the bushes and things like that, but I don't know. I think the minus armor is really good, especially with W build, because you can put a trap on your loop, which is a really good trick. So loop them, put a trap down, but we just see an engage coming down onto ETC. He is able to slide out. The pop from Stukov there, and Rainer does eat some damage there from the Li Ming, but Mumar Sidonian actually takes a full combo from Chromie there.
Yeah, we see Blue Team actually were very aggressive as Arel is rotating down here, and Sonny burrow charges out. But they were very aggressive early game and took the camp. It wasn't really contested by Out of Position Squad.
No, I agree. Good rotation there by the URL. Chen now trying to interrupt the URL rotation, going back into the top lane, but not able to do anything much. Obviously, Chen, not known for his great wave clear, but level 10, he will be able to dive that Chromie in the backline and perhaps secure the kill.
Now we see both teams now prioritizing the bruiser camps as you do on this map. And it will have to be cleared out by the opposing team, of course. So it's always very tricky on when you do it. Do you do it before you race? Do you do it in the transition of
You do it in
Immortals?
the halftime. You don't go and defend it first. What you should do is just race quickly or defend depending on your composition, and then you clear it in the halftime. You waste so much time trying to defend it in the beginning that you end up behind, and then it forces you to go to their immortal, and it always puts you at a disadvantage. So the advice would be just race quickly and then defend it halftime.
Now, which team do you think has the better race potential here?
Oh, the knockback from Urel though, the triple
huge.
stun into the immortal. Sidonia does get his E out to safety here, and they will pick up the halftime.
Close, very close. Come on, Chen, smack it. And there's the Remian combo to secure it.
but
The slide
ETC
goes down
slides
onto
in.
Chen. Does he have the stagger? Oh, Electrix falls on that ETC. And Der Kaiser looks to be next as Chen jumps in. And Stukov with the auto attack does a lot of damage.
Yeah, time top comes out. They need to try and defend the Reyna. This is what I said about just that exterminator pressure that Reyna can offer. It forces you to try and defend this and race at the same time. But it looks like Frobius will take the first immortal of the game. Now, race-wise, I think Jimmy Exterminator wins these every day. But you can just interrupt
Together
him.
with the Tyrande minus armor?
Yeah, exactly.
That
and
is
the Chromie
going
damage
to be
on
a
top.
lot of damage. Yeah, you're right.
But we are going to see Sylvanas with that black arrows available to her to disable these structures. So they're not going to use it on the wall just yet. They want to wait a little bit. Does have possession. There's the black arrows now coming out. So the gate's going to go down. I wonder if they're going to try and dive past this here.
Do you think they are able to take the fort here? I think they can. The shields are still fairly healthy.
Yeah, they don't want to get caught out there. That's the only question, if the blow-up comp is available to the other side. But obviously, Jimmy with Exterminator doesn't do a huge amount of PvP damage. ETC slides in aggressively, knocks them back into the stun, actually.
Nice.
Well-practiced combination there, obviously. But they don't get the fort just yet.
No, indeed. But at level 8, that's when we're going to see the power spike of the red team. With that temporal loop, are they going to be able to get those picks with that talent?
We're going to see the red team up to start taking the easy camp in the top side. It's going to be scouted out by the blue team here, so you might see an engage coming in, but it's going to be too soon. Too late.
Too
I'm
late.
able to take it.
The other soon.
The opposite of soon. Chen starting the easy camp in the bot lane, but it's going to be scouted out by Tyrande and opts to stop it here. Now, Sylvanas obviously able to clear up these camps very, very quickly.
Yeah, she is, and the Ming is also poking them down. Now we see about half a level lead for Food for Frobius, heading into that level 8.5, and maybe with a level 10 they want to pull the trigger and fight aggressively.
They maybe want to, as we see rotation down from the red team now, and this is going to leave the fort open for the blue team to just take. That's why they were waiting in the top side. That's why they didn't want to rotate down early. They just want to capitalize on that early fort.
Yeah, and looks like they're going to keep pushing a bit. Knowing that Raynor is on that bottom camp, scouted out by Chen.
Yeah, Chen. Oh, I wonder if Chen was going to go in there and start smacking the Raynor. He does interrupt the ETC back as well, just there. And meanwhile, the top keep wall is falling low, but we do see an engage going down to Jam, just walking into Sylvanas, and there, unfortunately, eating a lot of Chromie damage as well. The minus armor on top of her as well, but she's able to walk away. But now, Raynor's coming in with a big flank. ETC coming in as well.
The Raynor flank.
The Raynor flank. Then top off him, Sonny dodging out on a lot of damage there. Urel jumping in aggressively, but Sidonian able to E away to safety.
They're all able to get out, and in the meantime, Hat was able to pick up extra experience, clear out that bottom camp. And level 10 is so close for Food for Frobius.
Now, this is the part there. Do you give the halftime try and soak level 10, or do you engage 9.5 v9? It looks like they're going to engage 9.5 v9. Chen goes in, trying to put harassment there. We're just trying to poke them away, force them away at this point, not overcommit.
Yep. And I also like to see that Food for Frobius knows where the time traps are, and they're pinging to not be there, because otherwise they'll die.
Both teams opting to take the hard camp here. As you said, level 10 will be in for Food for Phobia, so we're going to see them pull the trigger here very, very quickly. But level 10 isn't going to be far away from our position squad. They've got a wave to soak bot lane and a wave to soak top lane, perhaps.
I just realized. Look at the Chromie level 8.
Slowing Sands for that additional point control. Now with W build, you'd usually go loop essentially for that burst, but we do see an engage coming down onto Chen in the top lane, but now the counter engage comes back as Sonny goes in onto Electrics. Mind control comes down onto ETC here. They're trying to stun the Cocoon, comes out onto the Chromie here. ETC is silenced as well. Can they get the kill? ETC is just going to be healed up by Tyronda here. The Mosh Pit comes out and there's no interrupt at the moment here. There's the interrupt. The wave force comes down. The Sidonian does fall, unfortunately, in this fight. Chromie is massively shoved away. Hat does have his ultimate available if they want to turn here.
And such a good response from out of position squad. The engage was there on ETC, but Tyronda kept him alive somehow, some way, and they're able to get a counter kill into that Sylvanas.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I would have thought they would have taken down cocooned the Tyronda instead of the Chromie there. So I wonder if it was a misclick or not, but I think cocooned the Tyronda in those fights, and they would have been able to get the kill there because the Tyronda healing was just too strong.
In the meantime, the bottom camp got half a fort. So much value from that because they were baiting top.
Now the blue team need to step up. They need to force the trigger here. Hat's going in. He does have his ultimate available. The interrupts have been used. Mind control comes out, but unfortunately doesn't quite connect onto the ETC. They commit onto Reyna though. Hat goes in on the Chen, diving in. This Cocoon comes down onto ETC here. Hat pops the ultimate. It does land the double root, and they get the deletion, and they're going to get the reset city here. Tyronda goes down. Reyna goes down as well. And can they get any more? But the Immortal, meanwhile, was sniped by the Reyna.
Yeah, beautiful fight from Food for Frobius, but they're going to lose this objective. And it's kind of a repeat of the previous game where they won the fights, they got the early kills, but they just couldn't secure those objectives. But now they're taking that fort down and now are going to deal with the Immortal.
Yeah, I really like this play from them though. They decide, they got that Sylvanas, they got that Black Hours. They just decide to take down the fort and be able to defend this. They know the red team is going to be respawning a little bit later here. Stun slide interrupted there. Mind control unfortunately does miss again. Good thing is it's only a 40-second cooldown, so you can sort of use it essentially like Entomb, just on cooldown. Massive shove away onto the ETC. I wonder if they're going to try and pull the trigger here now. Stone Sands comes out onto Nubrak, just trying to pressure him here, but the fort does go down.
Yeah, so they're quite even. They even it out. They lose the fort, but they did get the fort in the bot lane as well now. Chen is going to start that top camp. Irel had to hearth back and is now joining her team in the bottom lane.
Yeah, the blue team know that the red team are on the bottom camp here, so they decide just to trade at the moment. Level 13 will be in sooner for the blue team. This is going to give time for the red team just to try and siege up in the bottom lane.
Yeah, definitely. And they don't have Hyperion though, they have the Raider, which is there for extra race of course, but they can still put a lot of pressure on this wall. Now Food for Frobius is rotating S5 here. Hat is being very aggressive. Electrics doesn't have slide anymore. Uses it, Burrow Charge comes down, Mind Control misses, the Time Trap is there. Stops a noob. Can they get something? Electrics doesn't have cooldowns yet. Irel's here now to heal for her team.
Blue team needs to decide what they want to do here, if they want to fully commit or just try and pressure them off. And it looks like they're just going to pressure them off and opt to go and defend.
Now top lane is being cleared by out of position squad. It's so even again. I don't want another 35-minute game.
I mean, it's 4 kills to 1, level 13 v 13. XP pretty much identical, but structures obviously favouring Food for Frobius. But it's BOE. We all know there's comeback potential on BOE. Hard camp's being taken now by both teams as the Immortal is announced. And we're going to see the red team set up to try and race immediately here with that point control Chromie.
And these long sands are in such a good spot right there, denying them and splitting Food for Frobius off Nubrak in that top side. And Sylvanas ease out. The mind control goes down, gets stunned by the Immortal. Can Sidonian live? No. Can they get a count kill? Yes. Toronto, Moshpit is on 2. The Wave of Force is there to interrupt. The Panda Pals are there. Can they secure the kill onto Raynor, creating more resets for the Liming? Yes, they can. They're going to go for more. ETC seems like the next target. Irel uses her ult. And there's
Unfortunately,
electric.
hammers them into the range of ETC, and ETC gets taken down by that. What a bait by Sidonian. What
Yeah.
a bait.
Calculated, for sure.
Yeah, it's unfortunate there, but Sidonian lived for so much longer than I thought he would there in that chat. He was stuck between 2 immortal stuns spawning, couldn't get his E off, was just slid by ETC, knocked back as well, but jam healing too strong, and he was able to stay alive.
Yeah, now this looks like this objective is going to go over to Food for Frobius, since ETC is still dead, just now respawning, and they're burning all the cooldowns to raise as much as they can.
Yeah, no mosh pit available, but a few ultimates are up. Stone Sands obviously is just permanently up. They do have the Tyrande ult as well. Nurel not having her ult, but they do slide Hat, who doesn't have his ultimate available. Does manage to jump out to safety. They look at the kill onto Rain again. That's going to give a reset here as Fazeev on that Leeming put out damage, but Hat does get taken down. It's a 1-for-1 trade. Tank for DPS. Bruiser for DPS. I don't know, able to E out to safety here. Sonny Eing in aggressively though.
Trying to peel, thought electrics would follow, but they don't.
Oh,
And
but Fizz!
the combo from Fizz, beautifully done. And that's a 2-for-1 now in favor of Food for Frobius. Now they're going to put some damage on this, since the members of Food for Frobius are quite low in resources, but this objective is going to head over to Food for Frobius in a few instances.
Yeah, you get the stun onto your but obviously with that instant mount able to walk away. They just need to secure the Immortal now, obviously with level 16. 9 kills to 3 so far. Food for Frobius definitely winning the team fights at the moment.
And they're doing it, Avi. They want this comeback. They want a 4th map in this series.
Have you just given them the Caster's Curse now, DK?
Oh,
because that's
no.
a real thing. Okay.
Oh no.
So, if this game's lost, by the way, guys, we all know who to blame for it, okay? But let's see if Future Frobius believe in the Caster's Curse or not. As we're going to see this heavily shielded Immortal marching down this bottom lane. Obviously, Sylvanas with the black arrows starting on this wall already.
Yeah, and Chen just drinking in front of the gate, and the combo goes down. Mind Control hits ETC, but they're not able to secure that kill. Was that the cleanse from Tyrande?
Yeah.
Yes,
yeah.
it was. Celestial alignment. So big there.
Yeah, Tyrande stun at level. The Tyrande cleanse at level 16 is big, essentially. But can they get the keep? Is the question. Hat's going in, just all attacking the keep. Does jump out. Let's just taking a bit of poke from the Leeming here. They are trying to secure this keep, and it looks like
The first
they're going to
keep
get
of
it.
the game is going to fall. Jam misses the shove. ETC moshes, but the cocoon is so on point from Sonny.
They
So
get the
well
kill.
done.
They want one reset here. ETC is going to have his mosh pit back up in 2 seconds. Can they get it? Hat does pop his ultimate here. He's going to root ETC. Mind Control comes out
Mind
as well, and ETC
Control.
gets taken down. That's going to be a reset here. Can they get any more? It doesn't look like they're able to, but they want
Are
to
they
pressure
posturing
core.
for end?
They are pressuring. Oh, they're pressuring for kills. They can look to posture, but they can't actually end. So that whilst
No.
Hat's ultimate was available, they were looking for the engage. They didn't find it, so they sensibly retreat here.
Yeah, and huge pickoff on that ETC. They get the keep. They get an extra kill. For the experience towards at level 20. This is looking good for them.
Yeah, what a cocoon by Sonny, though, we must say. Putting Mosh Pit onto a 10-second cooldown and essentially winning that team fight hands down. Or hands up.
Yeah, let's see now. Our out of position squad going to go for that top camp, trying to maybe force a fight before level 20 hits for Food for Frobius.
We're going to get level 18 for Chromie soon, though, and that's obviously her level 20. She does cheat the game a little bit, getting her level 20 at level 18. And that is going to be a little bit impactful for Food for Frobius just to be mindful of. But at the moment, they're sort of freezing the waves at the moment just to make sure they can get some XP and deny XP for Food for Frobius as well.
What do you think the level 18 for Chromie is going to be, since there's no temporal loop?
So I really like the Slowing Sands upgrade. I've seen some people go for the additional spell power, but with this comp, I'm not sure. I personally would just go the upgraded Slowing Sands. It could be piercing as well, but on this map where you're fighting around an open space, I don't think it's necessary. So Slowing Sands upgrade.
Slowing Sands upgrade is Aviator's prediction. Now both teams are going to race her. The red team out of position squad should have a bit of an easier time. But actually it's very close. Only
Yeah, it's closer than I
2,000
expected.
HP. Yeah.
But here we go. This is it for... Can the red team are going to opt to try and defend this probably as the blue team are as well. Both are posturing, but top keep is going to take some pressure soon on the
Yeah.
side squad.
There's this Khazar camp, there's a catapult. In the bottom lane, there's a hard camp and a catapult. It's going to be a lot of pressure on the lanes.
Yeah, and the blue team can just play this slow. They can just poke with the Li Ming. They don't need to do anything silly at this point in time. They've got pressure, lane pressure. They're going to have core pressure soon in the bottom lane as well. They just play it slow, and they're absolutely fine.
We do see piercing sands coming out from Chromie, actually.
Cat, though, does get slid, does have his ultimate available to him if he wants to, does get stunned, his ultimate still available, does pop the ultimate here, we're going to see them go in. Sonny unfortunately misses the epicenter here, the time trap comes out, the mosh pit is good though, and there's no interrupt unfortunately, and Unubrak goes down, Li Ming goes down.
What a tragedy, the mosh pit. So huge from Electrics, securing kills on Unubrak and on the Li Ming, and they want more, they want Jam on that Stukov as well. And they're going to get her soon enough. Sidonian and Hat are taking a kill onto Tyrande, and Sidonian with the movement speed is able to get out. Can he?
He dodges on the Q, and he's able to get out. The Chromie though taking a lot of damage, and Hat secures the kill, but he gets taken down as well, but the core was falling. Top keep is falling as well, but it looks like this Immortal will go over to the other side. Sidonian manages to back away safely as well.
What a fight. Beautiful engage from out of position squad, but the turn from Food for Frobius, which was so huge.
I don't know anymore in this series. It seems to be so back and forth. You just don't know what's going to happen. But now level 20s are in for Food for Frobius, and we're going to have the upgraded mind control. This puts it down to a 20-second cooldown, I believe. 15.
15-second cooldown, yeah. It's disgusting.
So
there's
upgraded
no
Panda
level 20 for the red team yet.
No, and they have to clear out the bot lane here, so not able to get too much done with their Immortal. Hat and Sidonian trading their lives, or Sidonian not. Sidonian protected his KDA. Hat giving up his KDA to make sure he took down Chromie, so they weren't able to siege too much up with this Immortal here.
Yeah, that's definitely a good trade from him. Now, the red team is going to take the bottom camp. Both teams are on level 20 now. We see Deathmarsh coming out from ETC. Oof.
Yeah, I mean, he's been getting some big moshes while he's alive. If you can get one while he's dead as well, it's just big value.
Yeah. Now, the Khazar camps are being traded. Do you think Food for Frobius is going to siege this up to secure that second keep?
I'm not sure. They might want to try and invade or something. They might want to look to be aggressive here, but they can also just play a little bit passive as well. It's their call essentially. They want to fight for the Immortal. They've got lane pressure in the bottom lane always, so I think fighting over the Immortals is going to be their best scenario.
Bot lane is now being cleared out by Food for Frobius.
You know, the red team, they're hesitant here at the moment. You know, Sonny playing around vision. The red team setting up as well, just in case there is going to be an invade here, because they want to prep this camp. They don't want to take it just yet. They just want to prep it.
Yeah, they took down the smaller minions. They're keeping the big minion alive.
And they're scared. Okay, they decided they've had enough vision. They've decided they've had enough vision of the blue team. They're going to take their bruiser camp here, as is the blue team as well. Blue team going to time this. This will be pushing in the bottom lane, and this will give core pressure. As you can see, 30% has already been taken on the side of out of position squad from one camp. And this camp is going to scale even harder. 12 kills to 6, level 21 v 20. Who's going to take this?
This is another close game like the first one we've had. And Food for Frobius really want this win. Now they're trapping in this bush. They see electrics. The mind control. The one shot. Is it there? The Nuberex stun. And it's there. Deathmarsh is there.
Moshpit is there, but the cocoon went out on the URL just before here. That's ETC in the dead. Dead.
Just dead.
Just dead. And now we're going to see the blue team
is dead.
This Immortal. The camp is going to be pushing in the bot lane as well. Mind control comes out again onto the URL here, but Sonny taking a huge amount of damage on the Anubrak here. Does eat out, unfortunately, into the Immortal stun. He gets taken down. Miles in the backline though, going in aggressively. Unfortunately, Fizzy didn't quite get the reset, but there's the reset that he needs. As URL's going to be next, and that's going to surely be GG to Food for Phobius here. But the question to ask, guys,
is this crownable?
Absolutely. There's Chromie, there's Reyna.
Both DPS.
with the piercing sands as well. Hat goes in. The core is already at 70%. The shields are falling.
ETC is back in 10 seconds, does have Mosh Pit ready, but the shields are falling. Mind Control misses. Shields are down. Food for Frobius is trying to deal damage, and Raynor gets comboed by Jam.
Faziev hits the Chromie as well with that reset combo. And it's going to be GG. Well played to Food for Frobius here. They're not going to get whitewashed 3-0. Let's go into map number 4.
Goodness me, that game, this series so far is a wigwam and a teepee. Yeah, that's right, it's 2 tenths. I just can't believe it. What a back and forth game we had there. But Food for Frobius taking their first map of this Legendary Cup Grand Final in our EU Season 13 Heroes Lounge Legendary Cup. Aviator, Deadly Kitten, I mean, what are we thinking? That how can they make this reverse sweep happen? Aviator.
Momentum's with them. They just won a game. They're going to be feeling really good about themselves right now. Our position squad had a chance as well. You know, they did come back into the game, but they're going to be feeling a little bit scared as well. It's always the case when you're so close to the finishing line, and if you don't quite get over it, it does play on your mind a little bit. So I wonder if Food for Frobius will just take that momentum and go into map number 4 now very quickly.
Yeah, I mean, they've had some good map picks in the past. Obviously, they played Sky Temple earlier today. Do you think, Dedican, do you think that Food for Frobius, out of position squad are going to go for first pick or map pick?
Oh, it's... I can't believe... sorry. It looks like out of position squad is looking to take a map, as they asked what maps are left. Now the remaining maps are Alterac Pass, Braxis Holdout, and Sky Temple.
Yeah, I'd say these are all the spicy maps, most people would say. Alterac Pass has become a little bit more standard, but some teams really don't like it still. I would expect perhaps Sky Temple to be picked up by Food for Frobius if they get map pick, and they will indeed get the map pick, but they haven't chosen it yet. So if you're out of position squad, how are you thinking you might close out the series, Aviator?
Well, you don't want to take them to Alterac Pass. It's their most favoured map. They picked it 6 times, so they're not going to go there. So it's going to be between Sky Temple or Braxis, and no one likes Braxis unless you're Curso, so it's going to be Sky Temple.
Yeah, and it's been absolutely phenomenal. Obviously, we've had some incredible gameplay today, but these are only our Division 2 teams. At the top of the Legendary Cup tomorrow at 1300 CET, we have the Mythic Championships, where the top tier of all of Lounge will be playing. Yes, it's the Mythic Championship with our Division 1 teams, such as Hazu wins these every day and Skog Support. So if you want to tune in tomorrow here on twitch.tv/heroes_lounge. But this is not over yet. We have the Legendary Cup here today, our grand final. These two teams, they must be exhausted. They started playing 8 hours ago. Both teams started 8 hours ago. I mean, we got a nice little lie-in this morning, didn't we, guys? But
yeah, we did. I woke up, stayed in bed, watched their game, talked to them on voice a bit, all from the comfort of my bed. Didn't have to get out of it at all. Unfortunately, they've been sat at the computer for 8 hours, but it's what they would do on a normal Saturday anyway, so there's no difference to them.
Yeah, of course. These teams, they are feeling hyped. They're feeling pumped, and I'm sure that Food for Frobius will be looking to try and get another game, as Out of Possession Squad are just 1 game away. Are we going to see that Lost Vikings on this map, DK?
It's definitely a possibility, but the thing is, Electrix, the captain of Out of Position Squad, the tank player of Out of Position Squad, is the one that usually picks Vikings. Now,
I see.
It does mean there could be some role swaps going on, but it's definitely one of the better maps for the Lost Vikings.
Yeah, absolutely. It used to be the old favorite of Team Liquid back in 2016-17 era. That's going back a long way. But we're great to see so many viewers today supporting that sort of small esports scene that we have here in Heroes of the Storm. If you want to take part in it, perhaps you want to sign up, maybe you're from Europe or even NA, you can do !signups in the chat and you'll be able to get linked to going into playing for a team. Even if you don't have a team, if you're from North America, maybe you can join a current team at the moment in their season going on. But if you're from EU, just sign up as you are and we'll place you into your own team on December the 14th. So make sure you get in on all of that action as we wait for the lobby of Sky Temple just to be filling up here for game number 4 of the Legendary Cup. Heroes Lounge. Yeah, Aviator, what hero do you want to see on this map?
Not Abathur and not Vikings, because I hate them. Not Medivh, because I hate that hero also. We'll just list it by like... We'll list it, yeah, Frobius. Frobius for Fizz, but no, I think Fizz will obviously try and prioritize a Falstad if it's open to him. I don't think it will be, though. And I wonder if Vikings is a thing, well, they'll go for it early, but if they tick it too early, they can always pull off a Zeratul on the other side or something like that to capture it. But as we head into the draft of game number 4 here.
Sky Temple. The reverse sweep could be possible for Food for Frobius as game number 4 starts. Out of position squad 1 map away from finishing this grand final and lifting the Legendary Cup. Can they do it? DK.
Yes, they can.
Yes, they can. We see the Medivh ban coming out. It's just the standing. It's going to be Medivh. It's going to be May getting banned out, and then we can just move on with the rest of the draft. Yep, there it is. Now, as you said, Food for Frobius is going to prioritize those globals, the Browing, the Falstad, the Dahaka, that they play so well around on this map.
Now, we're talking about mind games earlier, but what we didn't talk about is Hunger Games. Now, I'm not talking about the film series from a few years back. I'm talking about have the team stocked up enough food in their belly to go for this best of 5 series here at almost 9:30 Central European time. It's important to stay snacked up and good drinks. The Dahaka ban, I'm good to see that because Hat has been carrying on this Dahaka when given the opportunity. What do you think the offlane could have?
It does leave the Falstad open though. Unless they're going to first pick it, we're going to see that snap blocked on the other side. 100%. That's going to be picked up in the 1-2-4 Food for Frobius.
I'd like to see the Anna left open because I don't think Sky Temple is Anna's best map. It opens up so quickly that she can get flanked really easily.
I love this Vikings being talked about now. Vikings can create a lot of lane pressure, right? Does this mean Food for Frobius want to go for some Abathur shenanigans themselves?
Maybe, but I think banning out the Vikings mean they're thinking of going dairy-free, no cheese today. But the Falstad being picked up by out of position squad, you're absolutely right, Aviator.
Yeah, but I wonder if they'll open with like an Abathur Zeratul here on the other side, Zeratul into Falstad, you cry as Falstad if you don't have vision as Falstad, okay? You're literally so scared, you never want to step outside of your fort. And even then, post 20, you don't want to step outside of your base unless you've got vision of the Zeratul. Pair that with an Abathur hat, and you can just pressure. But no, we're going to go for what we've seen all day from Food for Frobius. It's going to be the Greymane paired with the Stukov.
Gives them a good amount of flexibility. We've seen Sidonian and we've seen Faziv both play the Greymane. It just really means that at the end of their draft, they could swap it over to something really nice. But that Abathur's still open. Is it going to be in the second ban series after these 2 pickups, DK?
It definitely could be. Like, if you look at the comp on Food for Frobius, you see Greymane with the hat is so unbelievably strong. Stukov has massive A's as well. So it's definitely a power pick for them. Now we see Sonya and Anna actually being picked up.
But the tanks are still all available, and I think Anubarak obviously goes really well here on Sky Temple. So if Food for Frobius ban a tank now, Anubarak will probably be banned out by out of position squad. What do you think, Aviator?
Yeah, no, I completely agree. Anubarak, especially if they get an Abathur as well. But I also think if they want to go into an Abathur here, you could go Abathur Samuro and then pair it with a Johanna or a Muradin and really try and just dive the Anna or Falstad.
Yeah, you're not wrong. You get that CC, Falling Sword, maybe even to get on there. Maybe even pop a Genji or a Tracer. We haven't yet seen a Tracer coming out from either teams.
There's no Abathur Fatiladin as he gets banned out, unfortunately. We don't see the Panda in game number 4. Obviously worked very well in game number 3 for Hat. So we're going to see, is it going to be an Abathur?
Or is it going to be in a Anubarak?
Or is it going to be an Anubarak and an Abathur?
It is Abathur. Is it an Anubarak? It is! We are so good at the video game, Aviation and Transference.
This is going to be Samuro or Zeratul last pick?
You think so? It could well be. You know so. The Mule being available for Food Frobius really is impactful here on Sky Temple, but what pressure can Out of Position Squad have? Sometimes you just have to go ham and take these buildings. Sylvanas is still available. I think they should pick it up, Out of Position Squad.
It's definitely strong for the push, but
Oh, they
they're
take the
going to
Muradin
go
away.
Muradin and Tychus.
By the way, let's say take the Muradin away. They've got a new Brack. Hello?
Yes.
Aviator? Talk?
Yeah.
But last pick, Zeratul. Or Samura.
Or is
Or
Hat
Zeratul.
Hat is just keeping the tension high. He knows he's going for
It is
Zeratul.
Samuro.
But
I
it's
love
Samuro.
it.
This is going
So
to
we're
be
gonna swap
Fazeev on
this.
Samuro?
Fazeev on the Samura.
Fazeev on
Hat
Samuro,
on the
Hat on
Abathur.
Greymane.
No,
Now-
Hat
No,
on Abathur.
Hat on Abathur. Yeah.
Now we've had a bit of a delay on our points, but very soon, if you want to bet for either of the teams, you're thinking this Abathur Samura combo is the sort of cheese you like to see on this Saturday night, go for ! Bet A and the number of points for Food for Frobius. But if you think these standard compositions with the Tigers, with the Sonya, with the Falstad, Out of Position Squad are going to do this, they're going to take home the cup, go for ! Bet B as we go into the loading screen. Aviator, what's your bets going towards?
Team A.
Team A again. I am. So I have a theory.
Just Team A. Done.
I have a
Go next.
theory. In game 1 and 2, I bet for Team A, they lost. In game 3, I bet for Team B, they lost. And I want a 5-map series. So I'm going to bet for Team B.
Wow.
Okay, well, I will happily accept your points. Thank you for that. No,
You're
I think
welcome.
Team A's
I only
draft,
have 20 anyways.
Yeah,
post
of course.
16, Team A's draft is just going to destroy.
Yeah,
I
this
agree with
is
that.
the grand finals of the Legendary Cup here for EU Season 13. We're game number 4 on Sky Temple, and it all starts now with DK and Aviator.
So, still fighting for survival. They're now 2-1 down. It's Food for Frobius on the left-hand side with Samura played by Fazeev, Greymane played by Sidonian, Abathur played by Hat, who will be hatting people, Sukov played by Jam, and Anubrak played by Sonny.
On the right side, Out of Position Squad looking to close out this series. We have Murmur on the Tychus, Der Kaiser on the Sonya, Altinox playing the Falstad, Electrics on Muradin, and we have Artanis on Anna.
And Hat saying he'll go full Hat build, and we wouldn't expect anything less from a guy called Hat playing Abathur.
Is that
But
where
level
his name
ones-
comes from?
Probably not. But level 1's coming in. We do see toughest nails from Sonya, actually, going for that physical damage against protection against Samura and Greymane. And obviously, Dwarf Block from Muradin as well, just trying to protect themselves from the AA.
That does make a lot of sense into this composition. Now we have Samuro offlane here into the Sonya, which is usually Sonya is just going to spin to win into all 3 clones and get some extra healing. So I'm curious how much the Abathur hat is going to help here.
Yeah, I agree. I think you see in the top lane, obviously Samura going for that Way of the Blade, the critical strike every 3rd auto attack for that mirror attacks. Now, Sleep Dart landing though, grenade there as well. Muradin hiding, out of vision at the moment, and is going to be stunned, but not sort of engaged upon here. And we're going to see both teams start their easy camps.
And that's a usual dance on Sky Temple, right? You soak mid, you soak bot, and then each team goes for the siege camps, and then go for the hard camp and try to push top to get an advantage.
Yes, essentially that's exactly what you're going to do. And when you've got an Abathur, you know you're going to be losing the early game, or rather the early game isn't in your favor. As Trans mentioned, the Hunger Games, may the odds be forever in your favor, but not when you're the Abathur comp here in the early game. So they're going to want to try and siege up top lane and then just trade temples. If they can get the wall down top, take the top temple, they will get the fort as well.
Now this push in the bot lane is going to be quite big from Out of Position Squad. Only Anubarak and the Beatles here to defend it.
Yeah, Falstad flying over. They're going to start their own hard camp. So a bit of oh no, he's flying mid. Sorry, he just sort of stopped halfway. I was following him with the camera, and then he just stopped.
Wait, where did my bird go? Huh?
Yeah. But we're going to see Sonya start the Bruiser camp for themselves here. Samura left to clear up in the top lane. Pretty even in experience at the moment once they catch the top lane as well. But now the blue team opting to counter push in the bottom lane here, while Samura will be pushing in the top.
Well, stun mid-air coming out from Sonny Sidonian is out of mana, but they do secure the first tower there, giving them a slight XP lead.
Slight
Now-
experience lead in favour for them. 0 kills to 0 kills at the moment, though. Obviously, Abtha doesn't really want to fight until level 10 when he comes online with that
Monstrosity.
clone. It was monstrosity, yeah. It could be a monstrosity game. It's not, but it could be.
But it could also very much not be. I think we can all agree on that. Now, I wonder how the teams are going to set up for this first temple phase coming out. It looks like Out of Position Squad is taking control of the mid temple, and Sonya is actually taking priority on the top temple as well.
Yeah, at the moment, both temples being channeled for Out of Position Squad. They need to decide which one to commit to on the side of Food for Frobius. Sleep Dart comes out, but Muradin's already used his stun, so it's not going to quite be there. Tychus is doing his intense gameplay there, just standing still, auto-attacking, but just destroying the tanks there. It must be really annoying playing to a Tychus as a tank player, just watching him stand there, auto-attack you, and thinking,
And
where's
you
my
just
DPS?
have no
But we've just seen
health
engage
pool
come down to
within your
Muradin here. The jump from Greymane not able to finish him off. I mean, while Falstad just double soaking at the moment, already up to 12 stacks of Season's Marksman.
Yeah, that's going to do a lot of damage onto that Anubrak late game, if he opts to go into that giant killer. Now we see a sleep go down on Sonny. There's follow-up stun, and Tychus is just melting the Nubrak, but Faziv on that Simuro is chasing Anna after killing the Tychus, and they get 2. Do they go more?
No, but
They're
they're going
going
to try
go
and
for
get
the
the
fort.
fort. Yeah, they've got Stamura clones tanking the fort. They've got Beetles from Anubrak. They're going to get a free fort here with the first temple phase, essentially. Abtha's able to soak the bottom lane, soak the top lane if he wants to as well. Abtha's just everywhere at the moment, hatting minions, hatting people, hatting everything from hat.
Is this Hatception? But we do see Mule coming out as well from Abathur, which is going to be so strong just to heal those structures back up, denying the objective.
Yeah, Mule is the go-to pick, obviously, on this map. And also we're going to see Greymane transition into the Wizened Duelist. Obviously, for that extra damage, if you can maintain the stacks. The problem with this talent is when you die, you do lose half of your stacks. So if you're not a KDA player, you don't want to pick this talent.
Now we did see last game on Sylvanas, Sidonian was really eager to save his KDA on Sylvanas, so he'll probably be able to make it work.
Yeah, absolutely. We have faith in the Food for Phobius team at the moment. It's 2 kills to nothing, level 8v8. 1 fort up at the moment. And as we said, Abtha just able to constantly apply pressure in different lanes.
Now look at the top lane, that fort is just getting healed by the mule. It must be so frustrating to look at the green circle above the structure just spinning around and around every single time healing the structure up.
Yeah, you just want it to move out of your way and, things like that. But bot lane, we're going to see the temple being set up for the blue team here.
Yeah, level 10 is going to be there about at the same time for the teams. Now,
Yeah, level 10 will be in for both teams, but obviously Abtha will feel extra strong at level 10 with that double Greymane clone going into the backline, or even double Samura clone.
could definitely be an option.
Yeah, and then post 16, as we mentioned, when Abtha gets that slow on the hat, it's just crazy with Samura's crits.
It's going to do an insane amount of damage, and we see go for the throat from Greymane, so they're not looking to blow up that Muradin with Anub stuns and the bullet and everything, but they're really going to dive onto the backline.
Yeah, the target's going to be Anna. We do see this clone coming out here. And even if the clone just wants to siege up here, Sleep Dart comes out. There's a debilitating dart on top as well, Sidonian. But the clone just being used to siege up whilst the temple's being taken by the tank as well. Really good play here. We are going to see Sonya on the way down. Falstad as well, just playing out of vision here. Wants to try and go for that gust play.
Yeah, and the copy is just zoning out the members of Out of Position Squad, and this gives Food for Phobius basically the full objective.
Yeah, Gust being used, but dodged out by Sonya with the unstoppable. But meanwhile, Stukov is the target. Clone comes down onto Tychus here. Altanis on that Anna being focused, and Altanis gets taken down on the Anna. Nana Boost comes out onto the Tychus here. But Tychus not able to do too much here. Electric's falling low as well. Sonya does have an engage if she wants to. Silence doesn't quite land. And Muradin able to jump away to safety. And now look how fun and interactive Abathur is. The mule comes down, healing the bottom fort. They just spent the time on the temple trying to damage.
Yeah, and Tychus is going to fall as well. And Are they going to look at boss here with the
Falstad?
Samura with the Greymane?
Yeah, Falstad in the top lane, but 17 seconds on Tychus. It's a boss.
It's a boss, definitely. Now Falstad is able to secure that top fort, which is going to be really good since it can be muled up and is going to create additional pressure on the map for them. But the boss is being taken, and this is so huge. Their Kaiser is being very aggressive here. He is able to get out.
Sonny not quite connecting the short range either. It always looks really funny to me watching a Nubrak E in when it's just next to you. Because it does. Meanwhile, she's going to get focused down by Tychus, gets slept, anti-nade on top of it. Unstoppable's away, does get the shielding off, the Stukov healing as well. There's the silence, and Abza Hat comes down now with the shield. A cocoon on Muradin as well, just to make sure that Sonny lives there.
Gem didn't believe. Gem didn't believe. She walked away, and then Sonny's like, "Hey, I'm here. I burrowed. Can you help me?"
Yeah, Jam was all for sacrificing, offering Sonny up to the sacrificial gods to make sure they get into this final map decider. But Sonny said, no, I don't want to be sacrificed. I'm here. I've got HP. Save me. But this boss was marching down this bottom lane onto the keep wall. It did take one tower and the gate, and that's going to be important for these shots.
Yeah, it is, and it's now a double altar phase. Level 13 is in favor of Food for Frobius here. They have 4 kills to 0 so far.
Jam.
Gem gets spotted up by Electrics.
Ultimax comes down on the Falstad as well. Samura's on his way down. You could see a 5v5 here. They might try and dive on Ultinox here. The engage comes down. Ultinox, no, he does the gust silence root from Stukov, and he gets taken down by Fizz on that Samura with the Abathur Cat as well. And now he's chasing down on the Anna as well. That's how they're going to, but no, he gets stun locked. He's not able to get out. But meanwhile, Sidonian goes in with the go for the throat, the nom, and takes down the Anna. Cocoon comes out onto the Tychus as well. The question is, do they want to stay here or can they go? The silence root comes out from Stukov as well. Greymane goes in trying to put some damage out, using go for the throat there just for extra maneuverability. The stun comes down onto Sonny. She's able to unstoppable away to safety there. Sonya spin interrupted as well. Meanwhile, Abathur was pushing top lane.
It ends up being a 2-for-1, but that top lane, as you said, Avi, Abathur just pushing that in. It's doing so much. Falstad is there, has to fly to be able to defend it, and now Sidonian and Sonny are here to contest this objective. Jam is here as well. There's one stun on Electrics. There's the second one. The root is there. Sidonian has the damage, and that's a dead dwarf.
Great. Just shout out to Jam for a second, okay? Knowing the Muradin's about to jump, just wait for him to jump, walk towards where you think he's going to jump, and then land the root. There's no point trying to before he jumps. You don't need to interrupt it. So really nice play by Jam there. Really good heads-up play.
And Food for Frobius now getting the bottom altar for free, as Gust is used to save their Kaiser on that Sonya. But it looks like they're going to be able to take the mid one as well, and that's going to be such a difference in the map.
Yeah, we do see Jam typing in chat as well, unfortunately. Jam, focus on the game. But here we go. We see the mid temple being taken. Level 16 is going to be in as well for Food for Frobius. And this mid keep wall has just been taken down.
Imagine you're in the most important game of the season, and you just go in the stream and like, hey guys, I'm here as well. How are you guys doing?
I mean, she always wants to say hi to people. That's just Jam's
true.
nature. But Falstad gets taken down. Samuro just absolutely smurfing with the Abathur Hat here.
Yeah, and that's 8 kills to 1. And Greymane topping the charts so far with hero damage, 22k. So we see an engage go down onto Electrics. He's able to jump out.
It's just a crazy game at the moment. Food for is playing a really, really good game at the moment. You know, they've only lost one fort.
And the boss is up in 1 minute and 10 seconds. Maybe they could instantly go for that and be able to take another boss and maybe secure a keep. Who knows?
They want to look for this bottom keep at the moment. They do have every ultimate available. Tychus putting some pressure onto Nubrak, but that's trait out already. Yeah, just posturing on the Samura. They're just looking at the moment. No one's willing to pull the trigger from either side. The Sleep Dart comes out though. Ultinox is looking for a big gust as well. Sonny Unstoppable's out to safety at the moment. Tychus is nano boosting. Cocoon onto Falstad though, but nano boosted Tychus just running down the Greymane at the moment.
The hatted Samura is running down the Anna, and the gust comes down from Ultinox, but Sidonian is able to secure the kill. Can Der Kaiser get the kill on Sidon? No, he cannot. Turns onto Jam. Jam is running for her life. Fazif, in the meantime, just 1v3ing together with the Abahead.
Okay, calm down, Fazif. We
And
understand you
Boss
won the
is up.
Legendary Cup last season, okay? You're part of the winning team. But there's no need to be so cruel.
The bot is up, Aviator. One
Boss
second, are they
is-
going to go for it?
I mean, double temple and a boss. You take the boss, and then do you play for double temple, or do you just run it down bot? Running it down bot is coin flipping it, I suppose.
Yes,
Whether
I
you're
agree. I
taking a team
think
fight.
taking the double tempo is the wise choice, the safer choice. Getting towards the level 20 to be able to win the game. But nope, Foot for Frobius doesn't want to do that.
Yeah, they say, shut up, Aviator and DK, we know what we're doing. We're the ones in the final, you're the ones
Yep.
casting us.
Exactly, and they're completely right. They know what they're doing. They want to go for this keep, and maybe even go for an end.
Yeah, Fazif just flanking at the moment, putting so much damage onto
What
Falstad.
is his damage?
It's so toxic.
The Kun goes down onto the Tykes, but the keep is down, and its boss is still full health.
Yeah, I wonder if they're going to commit here. Hat with the Samura clone as well. They're both going to the backline. Fazif just looking, but he doesn't have that Abathur hat at the moment, so he won't get that crit stun. They're still trying to go in on that minus armor Altanis, and look at the double Samura clone just running down the Ana at the moment. Also not so turning around on Fizz, but Fazif transitions to safety. Now they're focusing on the core. The pings come out onto the core.
Gem takes a lot of damage,
onto
gets
the
run
Gem.
down.
She
That's
does
double
fall.
stun. Are they
Gust
going
comes
to back out here?
I don't
Yes,
know.
they are.
The core is at 60%. Sidonian, he's in aggressively. Unfortunately, does get slept as well. They want to turn it here. Fizif goes in the backline, trying to go on Talis with that Abathur hat, and does take down the Ana. He goes in. What is this game? The core is falling at 50% as well. Sidonian goes in aggressively. Tychus at 400 HP. But it looks like Fizz is in a little bit of trouble. I think
He's
he
gonna
knows he's
kill that
die.
Tychus. No, he's not. Okay. Okay.
He
Can
gets
they
them
kill
as well.
Fazif? Sonny is still here, protecting the giant and the catapult. Sonny, go do a temple, something. But this, Aviator, how toxic is it? You play Ana, and you have 6 Samuros jumping on you.
Yeah, it's not good. It feels bad. Sonya with the Abathur hat though, going into Sonya. Obviously, it's not a matchup you favour for the Nubrak, especially when Sonya just pops her Wrath. But level 20s are in now for Food Frobius. You know, they can give the fort. They can just reset and then look to force and engage pre-level 20 for out of position squad.
Yeah, Samuro is going to be back in 22 seconds. And it's going to be a really big fight, actually, because the boss is up in 2.5 minutes. The temples are being taken now, so it won't be up. So this means that for a long time there's going to be a stalemate. And maybe we can look for an aggressive fight from Food for Frobius.
For the level 20s, the side of out of position squad, right? You're going to have the wind tunnel now coming in. You're going to have nano infusion to make Tychus even stronger. Big red button as well. I'm a little concerned for Food for Frobius here.
Yeah, and the red team is backing and then Kansa in the backs because they're scared of a backdoor, which is definitely possible with the Greymane, a Samuro, an Abathur copy.
Yeah, essentially Samura with an Abathur clone and Hat can essentially just end the game if left alone.
And this is looking so good now. They have level 20. And Abathur now has the Hive Mind, which is going to be so important in the fight. We also see the Rewind coming out. And it's just such good level 20s on the side of Food for Frobius.
Top lane pushing with the camp. At the moment, Food for Frobius is playing passive. They know all they need to do is trade the temple.
And
There's no
that's exactly
temple to
what they
trade.
should
There's
do.
just one. Just one next time.
Just one.
But at the moment, they're just playing very, very passive. They're dancing together, actually.
They are.
They're just dancing and spraying next to the Abathur.
Where's the slug dance? Come on. Show us Hat.
No.
Aw.
But
Hat is not
yeah,
a for fun player.
a very cautious game now for Food for Frobius at the moment.
Yeah, they know what spot they're in. They know that if they make a misplay, then this could mean the end of their Legendary Cup run.
Okay, Future Frobius decide that they want to leave their gates now. Well, some of them do.
Abathur probably doesn't. Now look at this bush where Sidonian and Fiziv are in. If someone checks this, it could definitely be a kill if it's the right person.
I think they're going to play for the temple and then look to backdoor.
Yeah.
Oh, we need to be careful. They're going to get scouted out here, and we need to run.
Oh, the boss is up. They're starting the boss.
Yeah. Oh, they're actually committing to this with big red button
Odin.
as well. Odin comes out. Sonya. Gonna pop Wrath as well.
And Fiziv is on the flank looking for that Anna, looking for that Falstad. There he is going in.
Yeah, it does manage to dodge out on the damage as well. But Windtunnel is going to come in soon from the Falstad. So they are going to win this boss potentially. The Fiziv trying to go back in, wants to do some damage, but the boss is falling. They want to wait out the Odin, but it's not enough. I mean, Fizz needs to go in on the Falstad here, as otherwise they're just going to get completely zoned out. Sonny goes in, the Wind Tunnel not comes out, the Cocoon goes out on Tigers, but Anna falls down. The Wind Tunnel comes out, and they're able to go on the boss.
The Gust is there, and the boss is taken by out of position squad, but can they stay alive? Sidonian gets a kill on Tychus, gets a kill on Anna. Anubrak is going in, Fiziv looking for the Falstad, Altonox with 300 HP. They're going to kill their Kaiser and Electrix, they're looking for them. Electrix jumps out. But the pop from Stukov is slowing them, and that's going to be 2 kills. And that's going to be game. They're just going to end.
Yeah, they want the kill onto Electrix. The pop comes out from Stukov again. He is going to have a stun available, but it's not enough. And food for Frobius. Look to go and take game number 4 and take us to this final map in this best of 5.
We're going to a map
the question
number
is,
5. No.
are we going to see any
No,
more surprises?
Aviator. This is not climbable. This is not climbable.
I think this one is not climbable.
Oh my, we're going to game number 5. Can Food for Frobius make the reverse sweep happen?
You asked for it. We gave it to you. A best of 5 going to game number 5 with a possible reverse sweep here from Food for Frobius. This is the Legendary Cup of Heroes Lounge Season 13. Thank you for everybody tuning in. We're going to have an amazing final game here on either Ultrak Pass or Braxis Holdout. What can you say, gentlemen, after a game like that? Aviator.
I mean, it was a perfect early and mid game played by Future Frobius. You know, they got ahead, they traded the temples, and then late game, post 16, Fiziv on the Samuro, 1v3, secures 2 kills. Well, not technically 1v3, he did have an Abathur hat, but, you know, 1v3 secures 2 kills for his team. It was just toxic to play into. But what are we going to see next?
Yeah, I'm super tense. DK, do you think it's going to be Braxis or Ultrak?
I think no one likes to play Braxis. I'm thinking it's going to be Ultrak.
Well, you would be wrong.
Am I wrong?
DK's prediction of Thrall earlier was all of his prediction power. As we have Braxis Holdout being picked up by out of position squad, this is going to put pressure on both the solo laners here and a little bit of an additional strategy, as obviously out of position squad did play against Curso in our semi-final on Braxis Holdout, didn't they, Aviator?
They did. They used the Gul'dan and just absolutely destroyed in the 4-man, essentially. Gul'dan's back. Yeah, tell a friend.
Back in the meta.
Yeah, it's just crazy at the moment. You know, this game's going to come down to draft as well. But again, the momentum is swinging with Future Frobius. You know, it was without a position squad, and now it's favouring Future Frobius. And you've got to factor that into this game number 5.
Yeah, you absolutely do. This has been such a long series. Once again, I just want to stress, these teams started playing at 1 o'clock CET. It's getting towards 10 o'clock right now. That's 9 hours of potential game time. They did have small breaks in between, but it's been quite something for them. Of course, if you do enjoy all this excitement, you can either sign up to play yourself with !sign up in the chat, and that will give you a link to maybe find your own team. Maybe you'll take on the likes of Sonny, Jam, Electrix, and Artanis in games in the future. Or if you think that this is the top tier of HOTS that you want to see in sort of the afternoons and evenings of your time, we have the Mythic Championship tomorrow at 1300 CET, where the top teams of Heroes Lounge has to offer, like Hazu Ups wins these every day, and Skog Support, with your favorite players like Hazu and Dino and Skog himself, obviously, all tomorrow at 1300 CET here on twitch.tv/heroes_lounge. But right now we're in game number 5 of our Legendary Cup Grand Final. It could be anybody's game. What are you thinking about the momentum that FFF have, Aviator?
Yeah, I think it's hard to say without the draft, though. I think at the moment, both teams now know each other quite well. The Grey Mane seems to be very, very impactful for them. I just don't know who's going to take it. The Stukov as well, whether they think, actually, it's not the Grey Mane, it's the Stukov that's the most impactful. There's Anna as well, and on Braxis, she's very good. She sets up sleeps into the 4-man as well. She's a sustain healer. So, I don't know. I think Anna will be priority for Future Phobius here.
Yeah, it's an incredibly powerful pick indeed. I just want to give a short shout out to everybody who's been working behind the scenes. Usually we do this afterwards, but why not do it now? As it's been such a long day. Shout out to Karis, who's been doing all the production all day long, and all the moderators as well, who've been there setting up the games. And of course, all you loyal viewers. It's great to see so many of you here tuning in for this final match here. The Legendary Cup Grand Final. Deadly Kitten. It's so good. It's so good. What are we expecting here? Are you expecting the Anna?
Anna is going to be high priority. Stukov is going to be high priority. ETC is going to be high priority.
Well, we'll see what gets picked up as we go into the draft of game number 5, once again, of our Legendary Cup Grand Final here in Heroes of the Storm.
Braxis Holdout. Who would have thought it? The final map to be played of the Legendary Cup. We all thought it'd be Ultrac Pass. It's the most favoured map of Out of Position Squad. They picked it 6 times in the regular season. But turns out we were bamboozled, and it's going to be Braxis. Whether they're going to pull out some cheese, maybe some TLV in the Solar Lane top.
Ooh.
Who knows? DK, what do you think we're going to see?
At this point, I'm just going to stick to what we normally see. We see Stukov, Grey Mane. We see the ETC, and I don't know. We see the Chromie being banned out. Besides the typical Medivh and the Mei, I'm not sure what to expect here, to be honest.
Yeah,
Transparent. Do you have any ideas?
Yeah, the Gul'dan has to be a consideration, and if Food for Phobius don't pick it up first pick, we know that they're going to be picked up on the other side by Out of Position Squad. So yeah, it's really tense. I just want to shout out as well, of course, the Patreons who do support us. We do have a Patreon as well, which is, you can get the details on our website or even in chat, I believe. Yeah, big thank you to them who keep our servers running. But we have the Anna first pick here for Jam. You called it, Aviator, and there it is.
Stukov is banned, so then there's an Anna.
That was like watching a Storm League pick when someone's hovering Anna and they're just spam clicking their mouse as quick as possible. That was just
I want to pick.
Yeah. Let me pick team. I first pick.
That was Artanis' last game. He didn't have that much of a game. Into that
Cassia.
Fazeev. Cassia and ETC.
People in the chat asking why is Mei banned. Aviator, could you fill us in on the history of Electrics?
I think we even have a scene for that potentially, but essentially Mei's Electrics has been banned out 20 times in the regular season, and I think there are a few clips actually in the clip lounge where you can see Frobius being ruined by 2 snowballs, unfortunately, when playing against an Out of Position squad, and they remember that. It's PTSD, they don't want to play into it.
And there's a Rexar being taken as well with the Johanna now. Do you think, Aviator, this could be a 4-man Rexar? Is it just going to be in that top lane?
Top lane.
Top lane? Okay.
Top lane. I don't think they'll 4-man Rexar on Braxis. I don't think it'll offer too much. It has little wave clear, little pressure in that sense. So no, I don't think it'll be like other maps.
Yeah, and of course, here, if you win the top lane, you win a half of the map, and Rexar's just so good. And now with the opportunity to ban out an opposing hero like Kira on the off lane here, it's pretty good for Frobius.
I wonder if we'll see something like
I wonder
if we'll see something like a Genji or something like that being picked up by Frobius, just a gank top. Or on the other side, but Cassia Genji as a DPS is going to be a bit of a struggle.
To clear the Zerg wave, it's going to be quite hard for them. Lucy Malfurion, where's the Gul'dan pick? Come on, Murmur, you want it, and there it is.
Yeah.
Predicted it.
DK murmuring about Gul'dan, and it's picked up there by out of position squad. So last 2 picks now for Frobius. What are we going to see transparent? Any ideas?
They've had to have an idea of how to beat the Gul'dan. Obviously, Genji's not yet been picked up. It's not a hero that's often picked up by Frobius, but it's still a fear that they could, well, bring out here. Of course, you get the boss control very quick. We do have betting enabled now in the chat, so if you think the Frobius are going to win the Legendary Cup, put !bet A. And if you think that out of position squad are going to win the Legendary Cup, !bet B. But Maiev and Mephisto, this is spicy. DK, this is crazy.
I love this rotation. It's so strong. The Maiev works so well with the Johanna as we see Varian being picked up for the offlane. Or is it... It is offlane ETC.
What?
Oh, that's
offlane
quite
ETC
unusual.
on Braxis?
They might head into a 2-3 split.
Okay, that I can see then. If they play a sort of ETC with the Cassio or something to pressure the top lane, then I think that's okay. But if they just stick to the 4-1, then I think ETC is not going to play the game until level 10.
Yeah, definitely agree.
It's going to be really tough. The Maiev Mephisto combo is very interesting for sure. Going into this game number 5, the Legendary Cup here is on the line. Both teams want it really bad. As we said, very much almost a couple of hours earlier now, these two teams met as the first match of Heroes Lounge Season 13. And here we are in the grand final of the Legendary Cup. Both teams really want this. Both teams have done so well today. And both teams are looking sharp going into this game number 5. I couldn't have wanted any other way. We've had some fantastic games today. And once again, just want to thank all the support of everybody in the chat who's donated bits, donated on Patreon, subscribed with Prime or otherwise. It's been really fantastic fun. I don't know which way this game number 5 is going to go with all of this draft. We've got the Gul'dan favorite coming out for out of position squad, but the Maiev and Mephisto, oh, it's just so spicy. I'm just so looking forward to it.
Yeah, I couldn't have echoed it better. I think that's exactly the perfect summary we need heading into this game number 5. The players are loading in, we're loading in, and we just want to get this on the way. I'm sure the players want this to be over with, as do all of we. We want the conclusion to find out who will be crowned the Legendary Cup winner of Season 13.
Yep, don't just hesitate on betting. Make sure you just cheer out your team. Put in Go FFF, put out Go Out of Position Squad. We want to see all of your cheers for everybody as we have the biggest hype that we could possibly have for this grand final, the longest cup we've possibly ever had in Heroes Lounge. Game number 5 here of the Legendary Cup playoffs. Take it away one last time, Aviator and DK.
Guys, we're here. It's the final map as well to be played here. Frobius for the last time this evening. Maiev, played by Fiziv. Johanna, played by Sonny. Rexar, played by Hat. Anna, played by Jam. And Mephisto by Sidonian.
And for the last time on the right side of the out of position squad for all the marbles, Artanis playing Malfurion, Electrics back on the Varian, Murmur, that famous Gul'dan, ETC played by Der Kaiser, and Cassia is played by Altanox.
And straight away we're going to see level 1s coming in. Gul'dan going for that Echoed Corruption, so no sucky W build Gul'dan, which we've seen a few times actually, mainly griefing my Storm League games. But we do see Cassia going into the Q build at level 1 as well.
Now, Aviator, it is 4-man bot, so ETC is not going to have a fun time in that top lane at all.
I mean, he's just not going to do anything. It's like a Q simulator almost here, but we do see Electrics on the Varian again. How impactful is that Varian going to be in the Johanna post level 13? Now, we saw it in game number 2, and we might see it here. In game number 1, rather, we might see it here. But Fizz with the tether goes in aggressively. The sleep dart lands as well, but Altanox on that Cassia with that 30 armor baseline on his trait, just able to survive the damage.
And I really like what Sonny did here on the Johanna. They had the matchup earlier of Johanna into the Varian, and it was quite rough for her after level 13 on the shield breaker. So in this instance, she went for Loss of Hope to get the extra health, sustain, so her shield doesn't get broken down.
Yeah, meanwhile, Electric's just running down the Maiev there. The taunt at level 4 is going to be so impactful in this bottom lane. They might be winning the top lane, but bottom lane, I think, might be a struggle.
Yeah, it definitely could be, and we see early priority on siege camps by Gul'dan Malfurion, and on the other side by Maiev and Mephisto.
Yeah, both teams prioritizing the camps before the first Zerg wave here. That's exactly what you want to see. No taunt on the Varian just yet, so Anna and Johanna against the Varian and Cassia. And it seems to be the Anna and Johanna winning this trade, and both channels, both beacons are going to be channeled. Meanwhile,
Oh, the
goes in
tether
aggressively.
goes down onto Electrix. It's not going to result into a kill. Sidonian
No.
actually taking a lot of punishment TPing in there.
Yeah, you need to be careful. Took a little bit too much of damage, I would have said there, but let's see how they can do it. Bottom beacon being taken. Top beacon is going to be taken briefly by the blue team, but oh, here we go. We see Fiziv getting reset after reset with those Qs. And we're going
And
to see
Cassia is
Cassia
now
rotate
ganking top lane. Yeah, I think they're going to stick into this 2-3 format. But that just means Food for Frobius can push down the bot lane quite hard.
Yeah, but Gul'dan does have enough wave clear just to pressure them here. So that is going to be an issue for them. That obviously Gul'dan will just, all you want to do here in the bot lane is wave clear and pressure, wave clear, pressure. And Gul'dan does that extremely well.
Yeah, definitely. And in the top lane, Hats is already taking a bit of damage on his towers from that Cassia. And we see now Misha. It's actually a 2v2 on the top lane, right? You have Hats who controls both Rexar and Misha. So technically it's fair.
Yeah, but they are losing a bit of damage in that top lane. Obviously, Rexar's going to run out of mana as well and just struggle with the sustain, essentially.
Yeah, and I think Fiziv now is rotating up to the top lane going for a gank. That's exactly what you want to see at this point of the game. Now, can they scare the ETC off of the point?
No.
Nope.
ETC doesn't want to leave his point. He says that's his home. But bot lane now, they're getting pressured and they're going to be losing the beacon point as well. My ever-rotating top isn't getting them any value at the moment, and both beacons are going to be channeled for the red team.
And Johanna now stepping onto the point. She's trying to contest it, but nothing is really happening because Electrix is just AAing there and just not moving.
Yeah,
That's 50% against 54%. So close between these two teams.
Yeah, it's a very close game at the moment. But Rexar is stuck top, just having to try and wave clear it safely. While bot lane, they're going aggressive, dodging out on the stun there by pressing Maya's Vault of the Wardens.
And out of position squad is doing such a good job here. They know that in the bot lane they won't get a lot of value because their push power with Mephisto and Maiev just isn't good. While in the top lane, Hats is running out of mana, is running out of health into that Cassia ETC matchup.
Yeah, it's not a great matchup at all at the moment. He's not having a fun time in the top lane. I'll see if something can happen in the bot lane. Condemn comes down onto Electrix, they're putting out some damage, but Maiev is going to go and try and rotate top lane.
Yeah, again, but that means out of position squad is probably going to be able to take over this point. And we see taunt go down onto Sonny. She does have the Iron Skin to evade the root. Is going to step back onto point, sleep onto Malfurion is there, but Sonny needs to be really careful here.
Yeah, Fiziv comes in though, wants to try and get that tether, but they are going to have to try and go back to their camp.
And in the meantime, top lane, the front wall has already fallen. Hat did manage to full hearth back and then go into the top lane back again. So he is healthy. He's half mana right now, but still not enjoying that.
No, it's just really, really difficult for him at the moment. Bottom lane though, can they get anything done here? As at the moment they're just farming the bear in the top lane. Now, some pressure's going down on this bottom wall. They do have the camp as well with that minus armor going down onto the structures. And they're able to take the wall with it.
Now, it looks like both teams are going to spike really hard at level 10. We'll have the Horrify, we'll have the Maiev Cage, we'll have the Boars, the Blessed Shield, Nano. Who do you think takes it or has the advantage after level 10?
I'm not quite sure. I think I do think the Nano could be impact. Nano Mephisto is such a potent combo in itself that I think it could be that. But we are going to see an aggressive invade coming in now by the blue team. They're saying, you don't want to come to us? We'll force you to come to us on this camp and take it away from you. Electrix is looking for the taunt. Johanna's already got the unstoppable on the point. The taunt comes down. There Gul'dan's putting out damage. And meanwhile, Johanna gets taken down. Fazeev now needs to try and dodge out, but he's going to be chased down. Volta Wardens comes out. The Sleep Dart coming out from Jam. They're able to save them. Sidonian auto attacks the
Oh, the boss! No! Wait, there's Jam there. He's TP! He TP! Oh!
But Cassia was waiting and takes him down.
Oh, that was so close actually. Altinox realizing that Anna could heal him up is there to secure that kill onto the Mephisto. And that's level 10 for out of position squad right now.
Yeah, level 10 for out of position squad. I don't know, the wave clear as well on the side of Food for Frobius is going to be a little bit of a struggle for them here to try and clear this up.
They have Johanna, Mephisto, but that's kind of it.
No,
Oh, we see the Horrify go
Horrify.
down. Can they secure the kill onto Johanna? No, they cannot. Murmur takes actually a lot of damage onto that Gul'dan.
Yeah, Gul'dan
But this
taking,
fort is going to fall.
Gul'dan taking a lot of damage there, but the fort does get taken down here. Level 10 if you're level 9. ETC did go for Mosh Pit, by the way, so no stage dive. Didn't feel the need to go for the stage dive here. Wants to come down and join the fun, though. Cassia stuck top lane defending the blue Zerglaive, but they're already losing the keep wall. This is deja vu from the earlier semi-final we saw on Brax's holdout from out of position squad.
Yeah, and they beat Curso in a very strong fashion, and they're looking to do the same against Food for Frobius right now.
Yeah.
Now
No
level 10 is here. We see the Blessed Shield, we see the Maiev Warden's Cage, we see the Boar's Nano Boost, and of course, Journeys of Hate.
Durance of Hate from the Mephisto. How impactful will it be? Misha is going to scout them out in the bush here. Can he get the stun onto Mouth? The boars come out. There's the
Blessed Shield is there.
as well.
This is huge. The
Maiev
tether
goes
onto
in.
2, the Warden's Cage. The Twilight Dream hits, but that's 2 dead. The Mosh Pit hits 3. Maiev falls. Altinox is going to be run down by Hat on that Rexar. Can they take the kill? The slide. Hat kills, but also falls for it. And it's a 2 for 3 so far. Sonny has the slow. Sidonian on the Mephisto gets the damage. And it ends up being a 4 for 2 in favor of Food for Frobius.
Food for Frobius, pulling the trigger with level 10 there and getting some insane value. Taunt comes out though onto Sidonian just to put some pressure on him. But obviously it's nothing going to get them killed there. But Food for Frobius are not out of this game yet.
They're definitely not. It's 4 kills against 4. They're slightly behind on the experience because of those 2 forts falling. But with those kills, they got back in the game.
Camps being taken out for both teams. The thing about Brax's holdout, you're sort of in the limbo stage at the moment where you just got to keep vision of your opponents, don't overstep, and don't force the fights on a different talent. But obviously the boss is always going to be an issue, and level 13s are in now for
This is going to be quite a big spike for Varian, because he now has that shattering throw into the Johanna, which is going to be quite big to set up kills.
Yeah, Stony and Fazeev though are looking on the flank. They want that blessed shield with Fazeev to engage as well.
We see, oh, the Valkyrie was so close. Fazeev in a dangerous spot here. He engages, tethers 2 into the cage, gets taunted. The Twilight Dream is there. Mephisto takes so much damage, has 100 HP. Can Electrix finish him off? No, he cannot.
Durance of
Hate is there. Can they secure the kill onto Varian? No.
No, they can't. But that was a level 12v13 fight, and it looked good for the red team. Essentially, instantly pulling the trigger on that Twilight Dream on the Maiev. The Horrify comes out as well, but unfortunately, it sends him the wrong way.
Now, what do you think of this Anna opting into grenade build here?
I mean, they're all clumped up at the moment. They all want to go in on the on the Warden's Cage. Perhaps the taunt comes down onto Johanna. She does pop the Unstoppable, but it's going to be deleted by the Shattering Throw there. And obviously Rexar was securing the top beacon. They may try and look to re-engage here, but they don't have level 13 just yet. Fazeev wants to go in. The Valkyrie comes out. Unfortunately, does catch Sidonian there, and he's able to teleport out, but he is going to be coming back, and he gets taken down.
Beautiful play by Altinox there, securing that kill. It was so close, and now they can do whatever they want. They can get the top beacon. They can get the boss.
Yeah,
Are they going to take the boss? No, they're
13
not.
seconds on Mephisto. I think boss is a little bit risky, perhaps, because they might just try and take the beacons outside the blue team. But it looks like Malphite's just all alone here. Bless Shield is available, but they don't have enough damage at the moment. Bless Shield does come out, though, for Steve's trying to chase them down. But Varian is, meanwhile, there in the back line and does get the taunt. Frobius losing their edge a little bit here. They're throwing out ultimates, but not quite in sync.
Yeah, definitely. And now, out of position squad want to look for this. And they, Food for Frobius have to take the bottom beacon to stop that progress. But of course, their Kaiser on that ETC knows this. Is he going to step up to contest it? He is. He gets stunned. Sonny uses Iron Skin. The Durance is really big, so is the Nano. Their Kaiser takes so much damage. Misha falls first, but their Kaiser falls on that ETC. Sonny is very low. Can she get out? Sidonian and Fizz killing the Malfurion. Sonny kept alive by Jam. What a fight for Frobius. Gul'dan falls as well. And this is going to be a 5-man team wipe.
What a fight! Food for Frobius take the fight. Five people to 2. But the problem is, there's 100% Zergwave marching down this keep wall. And this keep looks to be a goner unless they can defend it in time. Bottom keep as well taking a lot of pressure from the camp. So they won the team fight, but they're losing the map.
Yeah, definitely. Level 16 is soon in for out of position squad. But in that bot camp, in that bot lane, the camp did so much damage on that keep. And in the top lane, that keep is going to fall soon as well. Probably. Maybe not. The Sidonian is actually here for the defense. It's going to be very close.
We're really, really close.
Defendable.
They're desperately trying to save their
So
keep.
close.
They don't want Kata spawning, and they're able to defend
700 health on that keep.
Resetting pens as per protocol.
Now
And
level 16 is in.
16. Yeah, level 16s are in for out of position squad, so they're going to be the aggressors once again. So despite winning that team fight, it feels like Food for Frobius essentially just lost ground from it.
Yeah, they did. And out of position squad is invading the camp with a level 16 advantage, and rightfully so.
So once Food for Frobius get level 16, are we going to see them try and be the aggressors in this game? Are they going to pull the trigger instantly when they get to level 16? Because the red team definitely wants this keep.
With that Gul'dan and Cassia are going to get this keep down. Or they're not actually. Not going for the keep. They're sticking around. Level 16 is so close for them, for Food for Frobius, and there it is, the keep falls.
Keep goes down 9 kills to 7 in favor of Food for Frobius. The danger pings come out here in the bushes. They know our position squad will be looking at this stage just to try and do some ganking.
Now this party bush coming out from out of position squad is going to be sniffed out by Misha. Misha gets charged.
That's the good thing about having Misha as Rexar. You know, you can throw out Misha, sacrifice her to find your enemy opponents, and just use her like that. You know, she grants you vision, and will spawn quicker than the hero, and doesn't give as much experience either. So it's always worth sending Misha into the front line.
Yeah, definitely. Now there's going to be a constant catapult pressure in that top lane. There's second one on the way, and the camp is going to be there. Food for Frobius will have to deal with that, unless they take a fight right now.
It's what they want to do. They want to force a fight here. They desperately want it, but the red team aren't giving them this fight. And look at the top lane, as you mentioned, 2 catapults are now spawning. Are now starting to make their way, and will be targeting the core. But we see the red team start to look to re-engage on them here. The tether comes out onto Varian. No, doesn't quite connect. The balls come out though. Here it comes. Blessed Shield is used. The K is still available as well. They're trying to get ETC, and they do blow up ETC. The core shields are going to be taken down, but doesn't think it's going to be too much core damage. But the two teams decide what they're doing as Rexar backs to clear this up.
Yeah, now with that ETC dead for another 32 seconds, Food for Frobius have the advantage on the map, but they do see Rexar in the top lane. Maybe they want to force her. That's a taunt on Maiev. Cassia brings the damage. It's all a bait. The Oh,
Joins the
Sidonian
play.
with insane damage on Artanis.
Malfurion able to survive that.
He lives.
Oh how did Malfurion survive that? And there's the Valkyrie onto Fizzy, but manages to teleport away. But Malfurion surviving with, oh my god, a slither of HP there essentially. Trying to keep Sonny alive, but the taunt comes down. Looks like Sonny's going to fall
How did Artanis live there?
on the Cassia, on the Malf, yes.
On the Malfurion, yes.
Sleep Dart comes out. I don't know. That was insane.
What a game so far. We have Aviator. Out of
Absolutely.
position squad is looking to get the second keep of the game.
Yeah, they
Create
want to
even
potentially end.
additional.
They want to end with the next Zergwave, perhaps. You know, at this stage, you can force the boss as well. Almost.
Yes.
You're going to have pressure, the lanes, take your camp, and then start
And
the
they're
boss.
starting. Are they starting the boss? No. No, they're not. They're just going to take the hard camp. Just play it safe. The hard camp is going to push with the Zerg wave. This is looking dire for Food for Frobius. They have one more shot at a fight before level 20 to be able to
You
turn this
had
game
one
around.
shot, one opportunity. See something, everyone. Would you capture it? Or just let it slip right here in the Legendary Cup final? That's what we're hoping Food for Frobius perhaps might not do. And no doubt, our position squad will want to stop them do it, though.
Such a tense game right now. I can't imagine how tense the players are at this point.
Rexar does get the stun down. The balls
Force
come
goes
out here.
down.
They want to go in. Unstoppable being popped by Sonny on that Johanna already. Jones of Fate doesn't quite land it.
Progressive
Sidonian does
Shield
get
misses
taunted.
as well.
Fizzy
Twilight
dodging
Dream
out.
and
Oh,
Horrify used.
Fizzy
The
dodging out on
double stun
everything.
from Rexar is there. They're looking to get ETC or Varian, or both. But Malfurion has the clans ready from the slow. And everyone walks out. Now this favors...
Core,
oh,
though.
the sleep onto Cassia.
Core,
Are they going to go
core
for
is
it?
taking damage at this point in time, so the red team want to keep them
It
here.
is.
The core is falling. There's two Katas on the core, and this team fight is going down. It's going to be a 4v5. The Valkyrie comes out. It does connect to Sonny. She doesn't have the Unstoppable available. She does blind in the background. Then Mosh Pit comes out onto the Anna. Unfortunately, Sonny walks into it, but does get the Condemn off as well. Malfurion falling extremely low. Malfurion able to survive again. How is this Malfurion alive? How is
That's
this Malfurion
3
alive?
kills for out of position squad. They're looking for 4. They're looking for 5. They're looking for the game. They're looking for the cup. For the Legendary Cup. And they're going to go for it. After...
5-man team wipe for Food for Phobius. Now, position squad are marching their way to the core for victory. Now, the question to ask everybody. No, we're not even going to ask if it's climbable here, because it most certainly is not. The GG well played to Food for Phobius. But here we go. The champions of the Legendary Cup, our position squad.
Thanks Curso for strategies coming out from their Kaiser. And they deserve it. They played so well today. In the first 2 matches, absolutely stayed on their game. And then after the 2 following losses, they were able to reset mentally. They were able to secure the 5th game. And they are now the Legendary Cup winners.
Yes, big congratulations to Out of Position Squad, and of course, commiserations to Food for Frobius, who fought so valiantly in this best of 5 series today, and throughout the whole day that we've had in this very long Legendary Cup. We have had a fantastic lot of series, but ultimately, there was only one winner, and that was Out of Position Squad, who we may be getting as a little interview if they're still alive, still awake, and not completely exhausted. Guys, it has been phenomenal today, and it's been great to have so many of you there watching and supporting. We've enjoyed every single minute of it today, but you know, if this is something you really enjoy, we have more tomorrow at 1300 CET here on this channel, which will be the Mythic Championship, where we have so many great teams still to play. Obviously, these are all going to be the Division 1 teams tomorrow, but enough about that. We have, of course, the Legendary Cup champions hopefully joining us soon. Out of Position Squad, they did so well. Aviator, have you got any comments you want to add about this series?
I mean, what is there more to say? I think the series speaks for itself. 35-minute Tomb opening game just set the pace and set the tone, really, of the series. You know, it was back and forth in every game. Every team fight was so clutch for either side. One small, tiny mistake from one player, or one just great play from a player, and it would just make the difference in these fights. And yeah, both teams played exceptionally well, but obviously there's only going to be one victor, and this time it's Out of Position Squad.
Yep. Out of Position squad were indeed the grand winners. Yeah, Season 13 Legendary Cup has gone over to them. And we will be joined by them right now. We have, of course, Electrics coming in here, Ultranox, Dan, and Der Kaiser, who have won so gracefully as well. We are joined, of course, by the Master of Lounge himself, Dr. Petman Cosmic. Yes, how are we doing out of Position squad?
Hi.
Atan just went for a pee break. That's our classic style.
You did so well. Big congratulations to you. A great best of 5 series coming in at the end. How does it feel to get the Legendary Cup right in your hands right now?
I'm just happy it's over. We've played for like 8 hours today.
That is
But it's
very
probably a great
understandable.
feeling. Obviously a great feeling.
Yeah.
It feels completely amazing, but I think the real challenge was definitely how long it went for. The last matches were just trying to keep the eyes open, trying to have the minimap DLC and go for the win.
Yeah, it is a marathon, not a sprint. Did you make sure you kept well fed and well hydrated throughout the whole day?
No, I'm starving right now.
It's always the challenge.
But we're teamwork bladder. We're drinking like all the time. Like we need a pee break like after every game. Oh, it's so intense.
Yeah, our captain is German, so he said we only get food if we win. So I have to go for it.
Yikes.
Electrics, did you have any other inspiring words that you could give to your team in this best of 5?
Guys, just well done. Frobius are a really good team. And
Yeah, it was insane.
this is really, it's like, I think it's really impressive because we have 4 rookies who have never played a launch season before.
Nope.
And-
First time.
Yeah, first time as well.
Yeah.
Of course, you've had some great scrim partners in the past, of course, to get ready for the season. I think we can thank for your victory. Any shout-outs you'd like to give there?
Yeah.
Shout out.
Frobius, thanks for teaching us how to beat you. We played so often against them. I think it was like 9-8 was the score where I participated in.
Yeah, and
So
also
bad.
shout out to Cursor for giving us the idea how to beat Frobius in the last match.
Did they? Ooh.
Yeah. Shout out to Gufflo. He gave us good hints, and also to Pocahontas.
Yeah. Big
She helped us. She helped us draft. We worked on it for a few hours yesterday. It was really important and really big for us.
Also shout out to Ari and Digi for subbing in for us when we need them when we needed them the most.
Yeah, very good of them. And of course, we have Cosmic here to congratulate on your big win today.
Of course. Well, of course, you've taken the words out of my mouth, but huge congratulations to Out of Position Squad. I mean, that was a legendary series, I have to admit. And I think probably one of the longest playoffs that we've ever seen in Heroes Lounge.
Can't imagine that.
So
Thank you.
huge congratulations to you. But I mean, of course, we need to give a huge round of applause for Food for Probius, because the only thing worse than having won after such a long day is having lost in such a tight series. So honestly, like, it's a huge deal to get this far, and they put up such a good fight, and I really have to commend them for having done so well and got so far.
Game 1 could have gone either way so easily.
Exactly, right? It was all up in the air, and you kept us on the edge of our seats till the very end. So huge congratulations to you, and I'm sure you know what that means, or at least I hope you do, which means that you have entitled yourself to some of the highest quality plastic that Heroes Lounge can buy.
I'm so
That
excited.
is right. I'm sure you are, as are many people who ordered it about a year ago. So if you just send me the details of the people on your team and where we should send off your trophies, then we will get those to you as soon as our slots are able to. So huge congratulations to you. But I do have to reiterate, it has been a long day for the players, of course, but of course,
insanely long.
yeah, everyone behind the scenes also has an equally long day.
Thank you, the casters.
right?
It was actually insane from you guys to cast for that long as well.
And
By the
all
way-
the organization in the background.
Exactly.
So many people involved here. It's just great.
Yeah,
You're
and prompts
you're doing my
to-
job for me as well.
Also, I want to
I'll-
congratulate Food for Frobius. Like we tried so hard to counter draft them on Sky Temple by banning their picks, by stealing Fastat, and then they just shat on us by
You just built
with
up more.
Samuro. It was unplayable. Well played, guys.
Oh yeah, that game was.
I can imagine.
That was a
Artanis
nightmare.
did not have a fun time there.
You guys have got this. I'm going to leave it to you. I just also wanted to give a shout out for myself for the huge number of people behind the scenes which make these possible. Honestly, I love the fact that we're able to do these after so many years, and it honestly warms my heart to be able to see this level of play in Heroes Lounge. So congratulations to you. I'll leave you to enjoy your moment with the casters. Enjoy your winners interview. Well deserved. Have a great evening.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, you too.
Thanks.
Thank you very much, Cosmic. Yes, we'll try and keep this interview a little bit brief as we know we're all very tired. But Aviator DK, do you have any questions for this lovely
I have
bunch of
one.
people?
Yes, it's actually a question from chat, from Pocahontas. I have to ask Artanis if he's going to the casino tomorrow with the Surak on surviving the Malfurion onslaughts in the last game.
I've already bought my antlers, my lucky antlers, and I'm ready to
Good.
go.
Perfect.
I just have one
Aviator.
question, and it's just to say, being 2-0 up and then going to 2-2, were you concerned about game number 5? Because at that point,
in
you
the
must be
slightest.
thinking the momentum.
Yeah, we had a bit of discussion going on there, what we wanted to do with the last map, if we wanted to go to Ultrac Pass, which was kind of our, go-to map in the early stages of the season, or what we wanted to do, and eventually we decided to go to Braxis because we were worried about another Simuro Abathur play, possibly in Ultrac.
Yeah, again, shout out to Curso for giving us the idea. Although we knew what's coming when we played against Curso.
Yeah, it was definitely difficult to go 2-0 and then obviously lose 2 in a row. It hits the morale really, really hard.
Yeah.
We, like going in the game, we start losing focus, we start losing shot calling, obviously, and it's getting late, but we somehow pulled through, and yeah, GG's.
And it also was kind of expected that this goes into match 5. Food for Frobius was so good, and we played them so many times, and
true.
Yeah, we played 2 comfort maps, and then they got us on 2 of theirs, and then it ended up in Braxis.
And then it was Braxis.
And you got, of course, the Gul'dan at the end, of course, which we were all waiting
Insane
for.
gamer.
And you got that on Braxis Holdout. So once again, big congratulations to you guys. You did so incredibly well. I don't think we've got any more questions. I just want to sort of congratulate you, of course.
Actually, I'd have a question.
Oh, yes.
Will we get cast more? Now that we
Perhaps. If you make some friends and pull the right strings, or even if you tune into or take part once again in the Nexus Rumble 1930 CET on Sundays, you might be cast every week then, of course. But yeah, you've done great. Any shout outs you want to give just before we do our own little sign offs ourselves?
I mean, we did the shout outs. Shout out to Poka. Shout out to Ari. Shout out to DG. Shout out to Curso for giving us the idea, and I guess shout outs to the management and all the administration.
And to the viewers. Thanks for watching, guys.
Yeah,
thanks for watching.
There's no tournament.
But no shout outs to our first 2 teams because he kept banning Cho'Gall.
Yeah, we didn't get to play it.
And can we expect to see you next season in season 14?
Probably.
We hope so.
Obviously, I hope so too. Thanks once again, guys. It has been fantastic to talk to you, and you did so well today. Really, so well done doing this marathon of a series. It's been fantastic to watch. So enjoy your rest and enjoy your sleep, and we'll see you next season.
Yes.
We hope so. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
See ya.
And yes, of course, we have more action tomorrow with the Mythic Championship at 1300 CET. It's going to be quite something for sure. Aviator, you might be there to cast some of the games, will you not?
Tomorrow? Potentially, yes. We'll have to see after today, after that long series. Maybe Sammy might get a message later tonight going, nope. No, kidding aside, yes, we'll be back here on this channel tomorrow from 13 CET onwards. But guys, I'm going to make it brief for me. What a great day. Thank you all for tuning in and watching. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Thanks to everybody.
Yeah. And DK, any last words for you?
I just want to give a huge shout out to both my co-caster, Aviator here, the host, Transparent, and of course everyone behind the scenes. Karis doing this all day long. Shout out to him, and shout out to all of you guys at home watching, cheering on, Food for Frobius and Out of Position Squad. Thank you.
Yeah, for some of you that are still tuned in, still watching, you can sign up to join. Eric the Swift did post the link in the chat. If you just click that, you can join and play yourself, or even if you fancy just casting like we do here, getting involved like that. We're always happy to see new faces doing anything involved with Heroes Lounge. So thank again, once again, all of you, and thanks again, Karis, who's been here day in, day out today. It has been absolutely great. So yes, that's the viewers, thanked, the production thanked, and of course the casters thanked. So we'll see you all tomorrow, 13 CET, with the Mythic Championship. That's good night from me, and good night from everyone here.
Good night.
But here comes the Haka, finds isolation onto Vala, but will be able to survive. Moshpit immediately interrupted. That's an unfortunate play, as Malfurion is the first one to fall. Dragon eventually able to be gassed by Alex Straza. Mephisto is gone. Unfortunately, Straza is actually gone from the game, so we're having a tactical pause come out. Game is going a little bit too quickly for our
prayers of their casters, Coffee.
They have heard our wishes. They have turned into the dragon and seeing if they can look to end this game. Bless Shield out onto ETC, surviving though, thanks to our draconic friends. The target though is Vala, is surviving though, thanks to the Gloom, and at this point it's a 3-level lead. They've got themselves the kills. We have been blessed, we have been visited. All we have to do is ask for a 40-minute game, and we are delivered a 12-minute destruction. Very convincing win by the out of position squad. I'm having a huge chance to have a stop everything, subdue, finish. So Johanna, the real winner from all of us, and now Sonny trying to look it up. The blink heal is good, so we'll survive for now. Rhaegar getting turned on, the bunny hop.